Thrifty. Thrifty. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to use a GIF in a YouTube comment section. So many times. Hey everyone, Professor Oak. We have the incredible basic trainer. You may have seen him from such live streams as Catch More Collectibles, hitting MetaZoo packs, and Poke Knowledge, and a million other live streams. You want to say hi, Basic?
What's going on, guys? I mean, it's the regular gang, right? So, I mean, no need for introduction. It's the regular gang here. We're family at this point. We're family. You know, when you're family and you just pop in the house, you just open the door and we just walk in. You know, you don't introduce yourself. You just walk in. You just wave and go grab a beer.
No knock. Let's go. We have a live from Tampa. Thrifty likes you like that, don't you? Yeah, we have a pretty special guest joining us. We I guess jumped the gun a little bit. We're a little bit early, so we're just waiting on him.
I blame all.
Technical difficulties, but he'll be here. Derek, you are what late should he be? Basic? Is he basic late or real late? I would say right on time. This is kickoff time. We were late.
Yeah, typically I show up around the 20 to 30 minute mark, and that's when, you know, as Mason would say, no, you're right on time. You get the intros out of the way, you got the fluff out of the way, and then we're getting right to the meat and potatoes.
You got it. All right, let's say hey to everyone. Secret Card Shop, I don't know if you're still here. I saw you early on. Hey, fellow Chris. Hey. Little gangster. Max Wolf, I see you in the chat. My friend. Swami, you better be here or be square. This is a very special day for Swami. We'll get to that later.
Oh,
Marty,
for Swami?
Do you know what day it is?
I do not know. Is it his birthday?
We'll talk about it later. Let's see if he jumps back in the chat or not.
I'm going to go all in on it. It's his birthday. I'm going to go all in on that.
Okay, let's go for it. Yeah, you.
And they were talking about this morning. This is I don't know, Max. Yeah, or yeah, Chris, Texas. I don't know what's the deal with the fan, but the fans like it, so now I got a fan cam. Yeah,
fan cam. That needs to be a new name. Fan cam.
Well, I joked around. I don't know whose live I was on. That if I have when I get my channel, I need to have a fan cam. What's her name? Pokey Chloe. She has a puppy cam or something along those lines.
She does?
Yeah, for her dog. It's under like the desk, and
I didn't know that.
I think that's a thing. I think
you could have a separate camera and off to the corner so people can watch it while you're doing your.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that idea.
So I'm gonna have a fan cam.
I should do a cup of tea fan cam. That's what I should do.
Oh, can you check out on special guest? Is he on? Can you see him?
Here. Is here. I'm about to add him in. We have special guest in the background. I'm gonna say hi to a couple more people real quick. Marty, hey, I hope you're still here. Nick, thank you for joining. One of your biggest fans right here. Chevels, that was awesome. Way to go on Instagram. I love that. Basic, very kind packs there. That was wonderful. I really enjoyed watching that live Instagram just then. UT, hey, what is up? GG Gangster.
Old school Pokemon says, so much for being a good friend, Basic. What do you mean? What did I do?
What did you do? Basic, what did you do? Don't upset Nick.
I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I returned my shopping cart, I swear.
I don't know either. Just tell him you used the basket. Then you can't be right or wrong. I wish we used gifts in chat. Yep, thrifty. I addressed that. I'm well into that. Chief. Oh. Ooh. This is a box from Chief Keen. Upcoming special video. Take a big breath.
Chief Keen coming in with the package. Coming in hot.
Chief Keen. Yep. Hopefully it's full of something cool. I got mosquitoes. Sorry, Florida. Mason, hey, how are you? Mr. Gangster, excited for tomorrow night. Spoiler. I'm Derek. Hey, hey, Chris. Beers. He already knows what I want. Max is starting the party. I love it. Felipe's here. Hey, Felipe.
So I see it now. Happy birthday, Swan. Happy
Is he
birthday.
here? Is he back? Yay! He's back. Happy birthday, Swami. Did I hit everybody? Are we good? All right. Needs no introduction. You guys ready?
Let's get the birthday boy in here. How about that? Oh, whoa.
Ancient Mew.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
What's up, G?
Hey,
How
yo.
are you? Welcome in.
Good to see you.
Sorry for the wait there. We
Sorry.
have some absolute superstars in the chat tonight. We got some cool people. They all want to see your face.
Can you hear me good?
Can hear you perfect.
All right, cool.
I didn't know we were bringing our gaming sets in here, Ancient Mew. I would have had mine. I would have had mine on.
Just let people guess who I really am, and I don't know, let them think I'm like horribly disfigured or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep some things a mystery, you know.
Yeah, if people knew that you were actually Pokey Chloe, I think it would ruin the whole like vibe. I don't know. It's like the alt account thing. So the voice changer sounds great. You sound really clear. It's working.
If Pokey Chloe sounded like this, it'd be kind of scary. What are you guys up to tonight?
We don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. What we're gonna do, eh? What do you want to talk about?
How do you see the live chat? Is there a live chat? How do you see that?
Yeah, it's on your top right. Switch over to comments instead of private chat.
Yeah, there's a couple of buttons on the right. Hopefully,
I'm on my phone, so it says mic, cam, settings, chat, leave.
What does chat show? We need to do that.
Let me see. Oh, comments, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I see it. Is there a way to look at the screen also, or is it just the chat?
Well, if you're doing it on your phone, that's...
Boom up, bro. I don't know.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, I just won't do it. Sorry, I was going to try not to curse.
You could go on your laptop and pull up YouTube and just, put it on.
My laptop was giving me some trouble, so I just didn't use it.
Gotcha.
Oh, it wasn't working at all. Well, welcome in. I'm excited. You guys are both big Instagram dudes. You love Instagram, and I love it. I'm just not as present as I should be. I should be way more present. He is, and I'm in awe of your Instagram commitment and dedication, I would say.
Thank you.
Hey, Rattle.
I was going to try to see Basics, grade that he got at the pop-up shop. And I messaged him, and he was like, yo, it's on Instagram. You got to go on there to see it. And I was like, I don't have one, dude. And he's like, just make one for the hobby, man. And I was like, all right. And it's popped off pretty good.
So we're talking maybe 6 months. And I think I'm being generous when I'm saying 6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this guy said, I don't want to, IG, that's not for me. Social media, this generation, this society, I was like, dude, no, just for the hobby. It's fun. Just follow the people from the hobby. The hobby will follow you. It's going to be amazing. Just do it. And he just, he kept resisting. I was like, dude, it's nothing. It's going to be fun. Just make it fun. He starts his IG account, and not even 6 months later, he's at 3,600 followers.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that high now. That's
insane. Yeah, popped off, man.
You're gonna start getting sponsorship from like Tide and stuff. Actually popped off. Okay. Yeah, he's on the run in to do some pretty cool stuff. If he's at 3,600 already, yeah, let's bring it back. You're already at 3,600 Mew. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I got back into the hobby around. I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but Battle Styles. That Sleepy T got me back in, man.
It's cute. Did you just start buying singles right then, or was it packs and then moved to singles?
I had some cards from when I was a kid, and then I had a binder that had some first edition stuff that was in like pristine condition still, because I never played it. And that stuff I sent to CGC, and I got like 9.5s and I think like one 8.5, but I did pretty good on those. I don't really post those ones that much, but I did buy a shitload of singles.
Mm.
And then
Yeah,
I pulled
I mean-
that Machamp Altart yesterday from a Evolution 3-pack blister.
Yeah, that's exciting. I
about pooped myself when I pulled that thing. I thought it was a myth to pull that card, and then I pulled it.
So, Ancient Mew, I think Nick is dying to know what your strategy is. How do you do it? IG, what's the method? What's the secret sauce?
Yeah, I'm with Nick.
Well, I take a ton of pictures at once. I don't always just take a picture and then post it. I have like files in my phone that I organize, like different Pokemon, different energy types, and I really like those secret rare energies. But yeah, I think it's just that. And a Pokemon will pop into my head. I'll be like, Blastoise, and then I'll post a Blastoise. I'll be like, Mewtwo, and I'll post a Mewtwo. And I just go through the files on my phone. I got thousands of pictures already, because there was this one day I was just like, fuck it. I took a ton of pictures. It's just fun.
Where are you keeping these cards? I mean, I'm intrigued to. I want to see like Mason's backroom warehouse of Ancient Mew. I want to see like, are they in boxes and in binders? Are we just sleeved up? Are they in a Walmart box that you stole? Are they
You talking
where
about
are they?
me? I got it in the binders.
Oh, okay.
I have
Just
like 6
sleeved up.
binders.
6. Just six big ones. You just throw them in there.
Yeah, I bought
Any
those cool zipper ones. They work pretty good.
Yeah. I love it.
I have a very very mild, OCD, and it's not extreme at all. I promise you guys. But just thinking how you're going through that, because you mentioned that whatever pops into my head, I just kind of take pictures, and I take a lot of them, and that's that, and then I throw them back in the binders. That's kind of my assumption, because you keep them in binders.
Yeah.
Me, if I were to do that, if that would be my method, I would have to pull it out of the binder, take a picture, and then it's like off to the used already pile, right? And it seems like you're just throwing it back in there. So how do you keep track, or does that not matter? You're just like, you know what? If I want to do Mewtwo again, and 2 weeks later, you just do it.
Well, occasionally I'll be like, ooh, that's a good combo. I'm going to do that today. And then I'll take another picture. And I add to it like almost every day. I'll think of some idea in my head when I get home, and then I'll just take it. But
yeah, I've noticed that a few times, a handful of times, you'll have the same card, but then you'll add a piece to it that kind of goes with the card.
What I did, I used to watch the anime a lot, and then I rewatched it, and then I took like battle scenes from that and put the 2 Pokemon that were in a battle in a picture together. But like nobody really got those references, because I don't think anybody was watching it at the time that I was watching it, so it didn't really make sense.
Yeah, it is. It is funny because there's stuff on there that, like you say, with the matchup, like you got to be in it, right? You've really got to be into this stuff to enjoy it. But the people that do, it's pristine. It's pristine quality. It's exactly what we need. I'm still
watching the anime with my.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think his phone's playing up with him. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was just saying I love when he's posting like games, and I was just saying, Ancient, I love when you're posting like games and like toys and stuff with the cards, like basically saying it just like snaps you into like a reality outside of just the card, because we see so many cards in this hobby now. There's just so many.
Every day I find a new artwork that I need, so then it's boop right to eBay and I buy it.
It's cool. It's fun.
I really like old school Pokemon. He has a good shop, and I've ordered a ton of stuff from him.
Shout out old school Pokemon, Nick.
Yeah.
Pete wants to know why there's so many mods, and obviously it's for security. I'm a very high security YouTube channel. It's for when
Yeah,
I get
Thrifty
7 million views. You know,
Thrifty made me a mod on her channel recently. That was pretty cool.
a privilege. I love it.
There was somebody messaging her in there, and I was like, it's starting to seem scammy, Thrifty. You might want to have a mod in here. And so she made me and a Chief Kane mod.
Well, you know, being a mod is a very serious job. Big responsibility, right?
Right.
And Pig says that 90% of the chat is mods. And, you know, the old saying, if it's everyone's job, then it's no one's job. So there's a few mods here that they're just laying back because they're like, oh, the other half will take care of it. And then in reality, boom, there goes a freaking a bad post, a bad comment. What do you call them? The spammers. I don't want to say the words. I don't want to get his thirst strike tonight. So I don't want to say specific words.
Yeah, so subject.
Oak, what's your favorite alternate art so far?
Ooh, you know, I pulled the alternate art Glaceon card where it was like it's on like a frozen pond or something. I feel like, and I remember thinking like, wow, this is a pretty card. It's really pretty. I haven't pulled many of the good ones, honestly. I haven't had much luck with alternate arts, but that one I do really like. I'm not a super big fan, despite my video today. I'm not a super big fan of the Moonbryon alternate art.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of a rip-off of the OG.
The Moonbryon that Basic sold me? No, that is a Moonbryon.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, for me, that's Moonbryon, right?
What is it, Neo Discovery?
Oh, God, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah, something is... yeah, I don't know. That video I made earlier, you know, we'll go. I'm selling at $1,200. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's hard for me to like stomach that's happening, but I have to like try and understand. People are paying it because they want it. I mean, no one's forcing people to buy that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get a good deal on an alternate art, like below what it's going for, usually I'll hop on it. I'll just store it away. I don't really grade right now, but I have a good stockpile to send to grading when I want to.
What do you got in your stockpile? What how big are we talking about, and what's in there?
A few Sleepy Teas, man. I love me some Sleepy Tea. Probably about 20 of those, and then a couple Ancient Mews.
Gotta have some Ancient Mews in there.
Oh yeah, I have like 60 of those.
60.
Yeah, it's just like every paycheck I would just go and buy like 2 or 3 of them.
What are they at right now? I think I bought a pretty crispy sealed one for about $30.
I want to say 30 to 34.
Okay,
Sealed?
so still about
sealed, yeah.
Sealed?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, if I can see them below that, I'll immediately probably snatch them up.
So if they're going raw sealed for $34, and I don't know this, my assumption is that they're going for higher in a PSA 9. So I'm going to guess $70, $75. Is that where we're at for a PSA 9 Ancient Mew?
Sometimes more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
People love that thing, man.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
Like for me, it's not even about like selling it right now. I'm more of just like a stockpiler collector. But I'm not a scalper. I'm not a seller, really. I'm just pretty much a collector, man. I love these cards, and they bring me happiness and joy, and I just like holding on to them.
Love it. Yeah, I have noticed a lot of the sealed Ancient Mews have not been kept in feathers. You know, they've got a few dents and stuff sometimes. So yeah. I think that plays into why the graded versions seem to do pretty well if they get a decent grade.
But... Oh, dude. There was one I opened, it had 4 swirls on it, like one in each corner. And then I turned it around. I was like, oh man, this thing is sick. And I turned it around and there's a fat crease on it. I was like, oh, come on. It's got 4 swirls and then a huge crease. So it's a little disappointing.
That's the one you got to fade. That's the one you got to sun fade. Have you ever done that with an Ancient Mew?
No. Do you mean just leave it out in the sun?
Leave it out in the sun.
Window. Yeah.
That is such a cool looking card because it turns just silver. Maybe we can look one up, but it's just a silver card instead of the purple, the dark brown. It's just pure silver, and it's so dope. Let me see if I can.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You might be able to present it on here if you. Maybe I should do it.
How many people we got watching, man? Like I can't, because I'm on a phone. I can't really see anything.
21 on my phone.
We are 21,000. Yep.
21.
Pretty good.
Yep. We've had let's see, we've had $1,900 in super chats, and yeah, we've had a few donations to the Master Chief charity to save the Halo kids. It's pretty cool.
So around the time of Battle Styles, I always was a YouTube watcher of different types of channels, and then I got recommended a Leonhardt video, and that's how it all started, man. That's how it got me back. Leonhardt, nothing but respect for that guy.
Yeah.
And then I just saw the Sleepy T, and I was like, because I loved Tyranitar when I was a kid. I had the Dark Tyranitars, I had the OG Tyranitar, and I love that thing, man. And that Sleepy T just got me. So I started buying Battle Styles when it came out, and I cracked 3 booster boxes and then a bunch of other things that had Battle Styles in it, and not one Sleepy T. So I ended up just buying like 20 of them because I was pissed at that point.
Yeah, I never pulled one either, actually. It's funny. I did think initially that it was going to blow up much quicker than it did. Initially it didn't go too crazy, and then it popped up. It had a little bit of a pop. I don't know what it's at right now. I haven't looked at it recently, but it's.
Do you know what a PSA 10 goes for of a Sleepy T?
I don't know if I want to know. Is it
English?
Is it high?
Yeah, English.
4, 5. I'm guessing here because I mean, Umbreon has to be the.
I was thinking like 150.
I don't see a Battle Styles reprint coming. Like, people hated Battle Styles, so I doubt there's going to be a reprint of that thing.
God, I hope not.
Well, that's the case until it becomes popular, and then everybody wants those cards because it was limited, and then here comes another print run. So I mean, all of that just you leave it up to the company. Whenever the company or Nintendo Pokemon, they see a time to reprint and make money, they will. Pokemon DNA says, have you seen the faded Coro Mew? I have not. That's got to be sick. Yeah, faded cards are a thing. Sun faded cards. And they're nice. They're very nice looking. It's even cooler if you get it slabbed and then you sun faded. It's awesome.
After it's already in the slab?
Yeah, because I don't know if you sun faded, if you're actually able to grade it. I want to say no, but if you grade it first, right? Get yourself a cheapie, get yourself a PSA 5, something that's going to grade low, make like at that $18 mark, sub, and you get it back, you freaking sun faded, you throw it out up on auction, it's $1,000. Yeah,
basically, I saw someone do a submission last year, and an area of the card was sun faded, like they'd had it. Like something on top of it or around it, or I don't know, on display or something, and PSA refused to grade it. They sent it back with the little sticker label thing. So that's
basic. Love the ceiling fan. Got to have that going.
Fans going. AC set at 78, and yes, feeling good.
It's hot down there, huh?
It's not. I mean, people say it's hot. It's not hot for me.
Really?
Not for me. I don't know if it's a desert thing because San Antonio's mostly desert, but there's a constant breeze all the time, nonstop throughout the year. I've been here for almost a year now, It's just nonstop breeze.
Damn.
Well, borderline windy. And so whenever you're out, it's just, that dries you up. If you're outside directly under the sun's going to tear you up. It's going to wreck you. But if you're like just, doing your thing in and out, if you're under a shade, 105 degrees, you don't feel it.
You do it here.
Oh, Florida. Florida's a whole different monster, man. I mean, and I love Florida. That was actually going to be the original state I was going to go to when eventually I ended up here in Texas. But the humidity in Florida, and then you add the freaking mosquitoes, and then you add the hurricanes,
crocodiles, and
you add the sinkholes, and then you add the gators, and then you add the people.
The people are the cherry. The drugs and the criminals are the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Isn't that where they like eat people's faces when they're on drugs down there?
Yeah,
I've seen some videos
on a Tuesday.
Some zombie videos. Yeah, those are definitely crazy.
Yeah, they're nuts. Yeah, I cut the lawn. I cut the grass after work today, and it was like 90. And I actually sat down on the floor for a second, like halfway through, because I was struggling. Like it's that hot and humid. Like it's hard to like do anything, and it really isn't. It's not for the win.
I'm here in California, and it's always hot.
Yeah, you guys have had a lot of problems with drought, though, right? You've had a lot of problems with lack of rain, whereas here I've had thunderstorms every day.
I'm jealous.
But what temperature are we talking about, Ancient Mew? You say it's always hot, and I thought California was like that perfect weather where it's not too hot, not too cold. So what are we talking about here?
Man, it's really weird. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Lately, it's been about 101, 102. And then when it's not, it's around 96. So it's always a little warm.
That's hot.
Yeah,
it's hot. It's always hot. So I don't know if you guys have seen the fellow Englishman that does videos about cards a lot, and he was showing in a video, I think it was today or yesterday, the cards from Lost Origins, the next set. We got some Pikachus. I know you guys like Pikachus. We've got some pretty sweet ones coming up in next set. We're gonna buy some boxes, Ancient Basic, or we're gonna chase singles or what? Because
basic.
This is the first time I've wanted to like legit order several boxes. Like
damn.
I wanna pull some of these Pikachus.
Yeah, Modern's not my thing for Pokemon, and I'm just that idiot that I like my Pikachus to marinate first, and I like them to just sit in the sun and just kind of appreciate, and then I'll go ahead and pay someone a premium to buy it in a PSA 9, 10, 15 years down the road instead of doing the smart thing like Professor O, get it today, sub them at a cheap price, and then you're beating the crowd. But when it comes to collecting Pikachus, I typically stick to the vintage stuff first. We were having that conversation. DNA was a part of that conversation. Mason, a few others on Discord. But we were talking how when you're creating a master set of something, do you go for the high end stuff first, and then you make your way down to the low end, or do you start with the low end first and then finish with the high end? And which was the best strategy?
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough call. I'm muddled in between. I've had some higher end and some lower end. Some of the things that I thought were going to be in the mid range have popped up because the population is low, so they've popped up in price a little bit. But the crazy expensive stuff I haven't dived into too deep yet. I've just been trying to collect one of each when it's been realistic, and when they've come up, there's a lot of them that just aren't even for sale. They're not even coming up in auctions and stuff, so that makes it difficult too.
I'm just gonna go singles for it, man. I've opened so much. I'm ready to buy some singles for a while. When I saw the Aerodactyl alt art though, I bought it like the day it was on for pre-order in Japan, and it came really fast. And I only paid 28. I want to say, I think it was. It's
Yeah,
cool,
that's not bad.
man. It's on my Instagram if anyone wants to go check it out.
As an Aerodactyl fan, my favorite Pokemon, it's even the regular V is awesome. Even the
Yeah.
regular V is awesome. I can't remember which one's the EX set, but they zoomed in too far into Aerodactyl, and he's got a big old head, and it just doesn't work. But this one, and then there's a Mega, right? Mega Aerodactyl. Whereas like this one, they did it just right. I mean,
Yeah.
the art with the rest of the prehistoric, Pokemon in the background. I mean, that's just amazing. But even the regular V with the action, and you got the dust, behind them, whipping up. I mean, it's just awesome.
They are sick, man.
What's the vibe from the alternate art that I get? Is it Flintstones? Like that artwork gives me I feel like I'm connecting to it in some way, and I can't think. No, it's not.
No,
Dude, I'm thinking Land Before Time. Did you guys watch that when you were kids?
That's what it is.
Yeah. Land Before Time. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh
love
my
that show.
gosh.
That's what it is. Yep. As soon as you said it, I was like, "Oh, dang, that does give you." Yeah.
You want to know a really dark fact about Land Before Time? This is gonna ruin everyone's night.
What?
You know the little green one, the yup, the little green Bronchiosaurus or whatever it is. The little girl that did the voice to it, her dad killed her in real life.
Whoa.
It's like the craziest story ever.
That's
I
crazy.
told you basic it was going to escalate fast.
Oh,
Dang.
Like what the hell? I just found that out literally today. I just read it in a news story today. I didn't even know that was a thing. Crazy.
The more you know, the more you know.
So, did you guys love celebrations like I did? I bought so much celebrations. It was so fun.
I opened more celebrations than any other pack in the past 2 years.
Like, oh god, I went to town. I spent way too much money on that stuff. I opened like 20 ETBs, a bunch of Target boxes, and I have a box right here I was gonna open since it was my first live stream. It's the Target playmat one. It comes with a playmat.
20 ETBs?
Okay, maybe not 20. Probably I exaggerated. Probably 12. The true number is 12, probably.
All right, but yeah, still, I think I opened up ETBs 2, and then a whole bunch of those sets. Pretty much I bought 2 of each to essentially come up to 102, 105, somewhere in there as far celebration packs. And then we just did a mass opening, me and the girls. So
yeah,
it was awesome. But yeah, 12 ETBs. Wow, that's crazy.
How much did you open? Oh,
it's just funny. Basic saying it. 2 of each. I bought 2 of each with the intention of opening one and saving one as a memory, having the sealed box. On display. I used to have them up there on display all the time. Excuse me. And I ended up ripping pretty much everything. It was just calling my name. I just enjoyed it so much. It's such a I don't want to call it simple. It's not simple, but it's such a I don't know what the word is.
It's just fun, man. It's like pulling that Venusaur, pulling that Blastoise, that dark that dark Gyarados. It's so fun, man.
I think they did great. People say a lot. There's been a lot of constructive feedback on it. A lot that I've seen. All different takes and views. Oh, they should have done this card, should have done that card. There was no e-reader. They didn't do this Pokemon, that kind of stuff. But they can't throw everything in one anniversary set, because what do you do the next anniversary set? What do you do the next one? What do you do the next one? What do you do the next one? You've got to have some kind of I don't know, obedience with it. You got to be strict with yourself to as a Pokemon, as a company, to not throw everything all in one go, because then it's ride or die. Everything relies on that one set if you throw everything at it. So I'm glad they didn't go all out with all the big hitters, all the big punches. I enjoyed that there was BS Lugias in every pack. There was Ho-Ohs in every 7 in every pack. There was more Ho-Ohs than any other card for me. But the one card that you did get that was good felt really special.
Yeah.
And visually, I mean, Basic, I sent you that black Zekrom. Was it Zekrom?
Zekrom.
The black Zekrom.
Mhm.
You know, I signed it. You said, "Oh, get a white marker." I ordered white markers off Amazon. Like, wait, I signed it, and I was like, "This card looks hot. Like, it's special. Like, it just looks cool. It was a cool feeling pulling that card and like looking at it." And I was like, "I'm excited for him to get this and like have it in his, you know, binder or sleeve or whatever." It's something special about those cards. They did for what they chose to do it at. The cards that are selected, I think they did very strongly, those cards. And yeah, there's a million other things they could have integrated too, but the ones they did choose, I think they crushed it. Yeah.
What's cool is before the set even came out, like what they were gonna have in it, I had just bought that Dark Gyarados, the OG one, and then right after it came out and they said they were putting it in there, the price went way up on it. So I was like, whew, dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, that was good timing.
I bought UPC and I'm leaving it sealed. I've come very close to opening it. Like I've gotten it out, about to rip it open, and then I changed my mind all of a sudden. So I keep it stored in a box, and I taped up the box and I threw it in a closet, and I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it, but it's not worth it.
One day I'll break and I'll just open it. And then
how many Charizards did you pull out of those dozen or everything that you opened up celebrations? How many Charizards?
I pulled 6.
Jesus.
So I opened up 100 and whatever 5 celebration packs. I didn't pull a single one. I pulled like 4 Venusaurs, 3 Blastoise, not a freaking single Charizard. Like how?
I pulled 1, and that's on the box that Northwood sent me. I didn't even buy it. It was a gift, and I put it on there. And I graded it and sold it, thinking that I could buy when the prices dropped. I thought the prices would come down a bit. I could buy him one back and buy myself one back, like when prices chill out a bit, because it was still pretty high, and they haven't really gone down that much on the Charizards. They're still selling pretty well.
I think the Mews went down pretty good. I think you can get those for like the price of like an Ancient Mew, actually.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, they were hitting pretty hard for a minute.
Yeah.
Ancient Mew, that's the one that I thought for sure we were going to see in celebrations.
That would have been cool.
When are we going to get a Ancient Mew reprint? Now that we need it from a population standpoint.
Dude, a textured one, like the modern cards, that would be sick.
I mean, you know how they did Gold Star Greninja, right?
Yeah.
They need to do an Ancient Mew arts with another Pokemon. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, they do.
They need to bring that very unique once. I mean, they've never done that again. I mean, Oak, you remember our life. I gave you like about half an hour rundown on Ancient Mew and why it's the coolest card in the hobby. But why hasn't that been done again? Why no reprints and no other? If you're gonna throw Greninja as a gold star, like we can do someone else under that Ancient Mew.
I think it's too hot
or something.
I just think it's too hot. It's too hot to, with how much they already had in that set and what they were already doing that year. You know, through the whole year, like overwhelming. I mean, I would save that for 50th or some other big thing they got going on. What they should do is do a promo reprint set and pull out all amazing promos just like that. Maybe the old Entei and that kind of stuff. Like some of the old OG promos that there's so many of. That would be cool. That would bring back a lot of memories. And if they did it flashy, like you're saying, Ancient, with like the new texture and maybe a slightly different design. They did the base Pikachu new design. They could change it slightly. I wouldn't be mad at that to appeal to like a more modern audience, but it would still connect you back to that memory. Yeah,
Chef says, let's flood Pokemon and tell them to do Ancient Bidoof.
I never thought about a different Pokemon being ancient.
It was somebody in the live chat that were like, yo, we need an Altar Weedle. And so I've been saying that too. I can't remember who said it, but an Altar Weedle, that'd be awesome.
Weedle.
Poncho Weedle with a poncho of a Caterpie.
Special delivery Weedle.
That
Bidoof was so ridiculous.
All right, well, I'm going to open a little bit of celebrations on the side. I'll do it on camera because I've never done that before.
Hey, on the side, you need to do it on camera, right?
Basic. What you waiting for? Which card are you hoping for?
Basically, I cracked that slab that you got me or sent me on Instagram Live.
You say you cracked it? Oh, it's on Instagram Live?
Yeah, I think you were doing something with MetaZoo at the time, so.
Yeah. I think I was either at a tournament. Oh yeah. I was having a match I was on Instagram, but I was having a match. Yeah, and I couldn't pop in. Yeah, the timing was bad, but it sucked that I couldn't see that. I'm gonna go check it out. I didn't know you had it on your Instagram.
I don't know if it's still there. It was a live, so I don't know if they saved that or not on there.
As long as you allowed it to post.
Oh, I guess I'll give the code card if anybody snatches that shit. Can you see it?
No.
No.
There you go.
All right, screw it.
Oh, add hollow bleed.
I was just gonna say hollow bleed.
Add code bleed.
Anything? Poop. Nothing.
Yeah.
Did you guys sleeve all of your bulk from celebrations?
No. Actually, yes, I did. No, yes, I did. All the hollows, yeah, I did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm a
I don't
weirdo.
remember.
Yeah.
At first I didn't, and then later on I was like, I might as well.
Isn't that weird? You were just talking about the bulk, but it's hollows.
Yeah.
You wouldn't normally, like, it isn't really bulk, is it?
Nothing, man.
And that's true. Marty the Martian says I sleeve anything hollow. I do the same. I sleeve if it's the reverse, I'll sleeve it.
If the reverse looks good and doesn't have like a trillion print lines, then I'll sleeve it. But if not, then I'm just like, there's no point.
Fully pay negative too.
Nothing, dude.
Ugh.
These target boxes did not have good pull rates.
Just for the playmat.
So you're telling
Yeah,
me
when
I got all my product, I didn't get a single freaking Charizard.
Oh, that's fitting. Imposter.
The imposter professor.
So when this is something I need to address.
Uh-oh.
I've talked with DNA about it, a couple other people. So when Pokemon says, hey, you guys are like drinking alcohol and getting banned thumbnails and stuff, and you using the name Professor Oak, we own the rights to Professor Oak. What do I change my name to?
Have they said that to you, or you're saying if they said it?
I'm just saying hypothetical. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to use Professor Oak.
I think you're good, man.
This is where?
I'm just saying if Pokemon are like, hey, who's this dude like doing like wine and live streams and getting banned thumbnails on YouTube and is using the name Professor Oak that we haven't given him permission to use, what do I change my name to? Just a suggestion, I guess, is what I'm asking for.
Maybe just Oak or P Oak. I mean, that's when I mailed you those signed cards. I just put P Oak. So I mean, I feel like that would work.
Okay. Chat, you get involved too.
YOLO.
I would.
I was slightly worried about that. I was like, what if Pokemon sues me or something for using Ancient Mew? But like, I'm not doing anything bad for the hobby. Like, I'm posting cards and people love it, man. I get so many messages on there and people are like, oh, I need this card. I'm going to go buy it right now. So I feel like I inadvertently affected the market. I wasn't trying to. I just post what I like and post cool cards, and then people are like, whoa, I got to go get that.
As long as you don't make money, they'll never sue you. Yeah,
I'm not making any money yet on the
once
hobby.
you start making money, that's when they'll step in. But as long as you don't make any money, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can have Pokemon in your name. You can have Pokemon, Pikachu, all of that stuff. As long as you don't make any money. The moment you start making money, that's a problem.
Okay, so 1,000 subscribers hits. I am not planning on monetizing when that happens in 2027. And when that doesn't happen, you think I'll be safe if I don't monetize?
You're going to be making billions at that point, so you better start.
Let's
come up with a name right now, so you can just change it now. You don't have to worry about that.
I'm going to make $1 billion on Friday when I hit that freaking lotto ticket, and I'll buy every single one of you in that chat in this live stream right now. I'll buy you every Pokemon card you ever wanted.
I think legally they have to like send you a letter first to warn you and just be like, yo, get this off. We can't have your name be that. And then you have like a time period to change it. I think. I don't think they can just outright sue you unless you did something crazy.
Cease and desist kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got one yet.
So I'm not positive. I don't know.
Just planning.
Mason says, let's see, because a lot of people are responding. Question: cold meds that expired in 2018, still good, right? Asking for a friend. I think as long as you refrigerate it, it rejuvenates the
shake it.
the chemical balance within inside the medication, right? Like that's what refrigeration does. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's become a bit of a brew, right? Bit of a potion going. I'd give it a shake and give it. I'd probably do a double.
It's just like alcohol. You know, the longer it sits, the better. You know, it's more.
Yeah, he'll sleep. Mace, hang on. I'll tell you what I gotta do.
But yeah, the first channel I watched after Leonhardt, I watched some Leonhardt. I didn't watch all of it because eventually it got kind of old. But the second channel I found was PK. I think after a Leonhardt video, I was just scrolling through everything, and then I saw a meme or something that made me click on it, and then I clicked on it, and then I was hooked on PK's channel. I watched all of his videos back in the day when he first came out.
So when did you get back in, Ancient? Like, and I wouldn't like go as far as like when you got back into the hobby from a buying standpoint. When did you just get back into Pokemon in general?
Well, I left the hobby. It was Team Rocket Returns was the last set I was in before I got out. And then I got back in around when Battle Styles released because of that Sleepy Tea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I bought a tin. Okay, I bought a tin. I know I'm remembering. I bought a tin off of eBay. It was a Pokeball tin, and it had evolutions in it. And I wasn't ready to start buying stuff. I only bought it because I'd watched that Leonhardt video, and I was like, Pokemon. And then I opened the tin up. And there was evolutions in there, and I pulled that holo Charizard on like the first 3 packs that I opened again. And I was hooked, man. That adrenaline rush, that good feeling. I pulled that Zard that I pulled when I was a kid. I was like, and that was it. I bought like 20 more of those tins, never pulled another one, and then I just kept buying stuff and never looked back. It's fun, man.
Yeah, I got back in during the black and white era, and I just remember thinking, man, these cards look weird. Because black and white, I mean, that whole era looks a little weird based to, you know, when you leave base set, Jungle Fossil, Team Rocket, I believe like actually Neo Genesis was like the very last set that I opened. And then the very next packs years down the road, you're opening black and whites. It just looks, you know, very weird, way off. Didn't open a lot of it, but yeah. Now looking back, it's like, oh, freaking black and white, it looks cool.
New Pokemon too.
I do remember seeing Hidden Fates at Walmart and not buying it, and I'm kicking myself for that because I wasn't back in the hobby yet. I just saw the Hidden Fates tins, and I was like, ooh. And then I just looked at them and then put them back, and I never bought any of them.
Yeah, that's tricky. It's interesting thinking about opening those packs and seeing those cards when we all got back into it and seeing ridiculous Vanillux and Klefki and like all these like Pokemon that you're like, wait, what? Like what is that? Like what's going on right now? There's 900 Pokemon now? Like no. Like now. You're kidding me, right? Like that was interesting for me, but very similar, Ancient. I mean, I was pretty early on with PKs, but yeah, I started with Leonhardt like accidentally, and then I was like, oh wait, like there's an adult that talks about Pokemon. Like I didn't realize that was a thing. I just thought my collection was like my thing. Like I thought everyone like passed it on to their kids or whatever. And then I discovered PK, and I was like, oh wait, like there's adults that talk about this stuff. Like this is very different. Like when I discovered him and he was talking about stuff, and I was like, shit, this is entertaining too. Like this isn't just talking about cards. Like this guy is like fun to watch and listen to.
It's addicting, man.
Yeah, I was in COVID. I had a kid that was a few months old, and I don't know, maybe one. She was pretty young, and I'd take her for walks, and I'd take the dog for walks, and walk around the neighborhood, and I'd be listening to PK, and in my my little headphones, my earphones, whatever, and I mean, it was like I felt like I discovered a whole new world. It was crazy, and boom, I was back. Yeah, it was a hard hit. So I've
And there's
told him
just a plethora of YouTube videos to watch.
Oh, after that, yeah, I was like, because I was, yeah, scrolling all the recommended and other things, and now I follow 50 people. I consume hours and hours every day. Yeah, it's crazy. Every evening, every weekend. That's what I'm doing outside of work. So, yeah, Pokey Flips. I know Nick, you were in the chat tonight. I just watched, well, listened to him in my pocket while I was doing the grass and doing yard work and stuff, taking the trash out. Like, I'm always half doing things, so I'm always half listening to Pokemon stuff. But
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah,
Especially on the road driving, I'll just have that playing in the background. Instead of music, I'll just listen to Pokemon YouTube videos. It keeps me entertained.
So let's see who asked the question, because now that I'm paying attention once the question got asked, I'm like, whoa, what the hell's going on in that room? Let me see, just so I can give him credit. Chief King, Professor Oak, how many computers do you have in your room? I didn't realize that just on screen right now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not the one that you're probably using right now. So that's 6. So how many computers in all do you have? And why is most importantly?
7.
7? Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, so give me some grace. A couple of them are my wife's. These are my wife's. She's got a work computer and a personal computer. She's doing a master's degree and stuff. She's doing amazing things in life. It's pretty cool. The other ones, I've got work on the work system. I have a couple of personal. I have a laptop and a computer that are personal. I have one that for my work, I have an off the grid one for dark web work. So for those that don't know, I run an analysis team that is essentially, I never know how to describe it. We're essentially like the FBI of a really big website. Like we do like the security, fraud, risk, like anything to do with nefarious bad people. Talking about you, Russia and Ukraine. A lot of those bad people on the internet, I essentially spend my day running a team that fights them from taking money from the website that I represent. So yeah, I have a computer that I do a little bit of dark web digging on to try and pull stuff from. So yeah, it's kind of like a little bit all over the place, but a lot of stuff going on. Chief Keen, good question. I definitely need to start using a background because I hope that question doesn't come up again. I hope my boss isn't watching. Oakie's the British Mr. Robot, MI6. No comment. I bought cards when Pokemon Go started. I didn't get hooked. I was buying them for the pins to put in a hat.
I'm going to open another pack of the celebrations.
Love that. Mason wants a hairline check, Ancient.
Hairline check.
Oh, you've seen me. Were you starstruck when you saw who I was?
I don't want to build you up too much because I feel like it's gonna get people excited. But I got to be honest, guys. I thought he sent me a screenshot of a Calvin Klein model. Like, I'm legit not kidding. I was like, whoa, like, I'm straight and I think this guy's hot. Like, he's a good looking dude.
You guys don't know, but you're currently talking to Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
no.
Rattle thought it was PokeRev. He thought it was PokeRev's like secret account that he goes on other videos on, but not PokeRev. I can assure you of that.
I love it. I'm trying to see what this God, you guys are killing
Shout
me.
out to Rattle though. He's a cool dude. He's got a cool Discord too.
He's a gangster. I'm very excited for his premiere tomorrow night. It's going to be a very special one.
Those crack me up.
Just so you know. Professor Oak, when's the next big Pokemon boom, and when can I sell any card for 50x? Marty, I'm so glad you asked. I had this conversation a year ago, and I told everyone that I thought the next Pokemon boom was going to be the 30th anniversary, and everybody was saying no. I remember being in a, I'm pretty sure it was a Pokenomics Live, and I remember being in the chat, and I was saying there was a question that was asked to Jake a long time ago, very early on last year, and I remember saying 30th for sure. 25th blew up, 20th blew up, 15th, 10th. All of them have had some pop. Not always as big as others, but every time in that time range, Pokemon does crazy stuff and it pops off. I'm telling you now, the 30th, something crazy is going to happen leading up to it. And that year, there's going to be a pop. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know how high, I don't know how low, but it's going to jump.
You just gotta wait for a celebrity, man. A celebrity to show that they like Pokemon. Like, I didn't even know who Logan Paul was until he wore that Charizard. I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah,
Did you?
I'd never watched him or listened to him. The only thing I remember was I remember seeing him on the news because he'd like found a dead body in Japan or something. Like there was some crazy thing going on with like him discovering some body. Like he did some crazy like YouTube video about dead people in Japan, and I remember seeing that on the news. And then that was the only thing. And then suddenly he was involved opening booster boxes, and I remember thinking like, "What the hell?" Like that was quite a shift from like the last time I heard of this guy. It was like very very different dynamic going on, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about him. I just haven't had much interaction.
What about you, Basic?
I don't know.
My feeling is, unlike Oaks, I feel like there were a lot of lessons learned. There were a lot of lessons learned during the peak.
Yeah.
And if you weren't one of those people that had to learn it the hard way, someone like myself, I didn't learn those lessons the hard way, not because I was smart, but simply because I was a deer caught in the headlights. I didn't know what was happening, and I was way too slow to react, right? I was too busy over analyzing everything. So regardless of what end of the spectrum you were during this peak, I feel like we all learned something. And I think that's what's going to prevent any boom, for that matter, within the next 10 years. I don't think there'll be another boom just for that matter, because just like how price memory works, we're all going to have the memory of the boom and how a lot of people got hurt, and those that got hurt firsthand, and those that saw people get hurt firsthand. And I think that's just, yeah. So if PSA 9 Charizard for the 30th anniversary is all of a sudden $5,000, which won't happen, people are not going to buy it, and it would never be $5,000 because the market won't allow that. It's just the market is too smart now. Maybe new people in the hobby, new people getting into the hobby with money can put a little bit of an effect into the market. But I think, again, the majority of the market will be here 30 years from now, not new people. It'll be us, and lessons were learned from top to bottom. And I just don't think another boom for that reason will happen within the next decade.
We'll be crusty old men by then.
Wow, I'll be 44 in a decade. I'm easily the oldest guy here. I think I asked, I was on with Catch 'em All today. I thought he was older than me, but he's 32, I'm 34, so I'm still the oldest. I forget who's older than me. There's one person within the chats or
I'm 34.
Say again?
I'm 34. March.
No, but there's someone that's actually 35 or 36, and I forget who it is.
Echo?
That might be it. It might be Echo.
Might be Echo, yeah.
It might be Echo.
I'll let you guys, wonder what my age is. Keep that a mystery also.
27.
No.
I was going to say 27.
Up, down.
It's not going to be a mystery after we...
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, that's fired. Shots fired. Duck.
This is a GameStop thing.
DNA says, what about the crypto? Oh, it moved. What about the crypto boom repeats? History always repeats itself. History always repeats itself.
Does it?
I don't know. That's my gut feeling. That's my gut feeling that we all learn lessons. We all learn lessons, and it's not going to happen at the scale that we saw during this peak.
Yeah.
It just won't.
I would say yes and no about history repeating itself, because a lot of shit has happened that, hasn't happened again, and hopefully won't happen again. But
especially in collectibles.
Yeah.
I mean, there really hasn't been that much repetition of history with collectibles. Like, there's been changes, and then it's, had a similar effect to the original. But Pokemon is massive and very smart and intelligent, and they have a huge audience and fan base. Yeah. They really aren't going anywhere soon. And I think even if they did terrible decisions and did ridiculous stuff over the next few years, which they're not gonna, they would still have a massive following.
Yeah,
even
dude.
if they did terrible stuff, like they would still have a ridiculous following.
Shows, they have so much stuff, everything.
The brand is so strong. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that it will never be zero. It won't go to zero in the time that I'm still conscious, before the alcohol starts to melt my brain. I really think we're still going to be good for a little while, but I could see it dipping down. I could see it losing interest and maybe getting a bit wacky. I could also see it going the other way and getting bigger than ever, because we're still not even close to sports cards. I mean, not even like a whisper away. We're nowhere near like how big the actual collecting card market is, even with 9 billion cards last year.
I was into comic books before I was into cards, so like I already knew who CGC was because of the comic books. Like I've graded with comic books with them, and I would always trust them with my comic books. So I was like, I'll trust them with my cards too, and I didn't have any problems. Like everyone hates them, but like I'm like, whatever. They're just a company. Like I don't know.
Never hated them for comic books. I never heard any hate for them when they were writing comic books, magazines too. I had one of my good friends graded the first. So Bitcoin in the early days had a magazine, the Bitcoin magazine, and he graded the first magazine from the magazine series that they did, like the first issue or whatever you call it, with them. I think he got a 9.8. Like he got a pretty high grade.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to me because I had always associated CGC with comics, like you were just saying, and that is like nowhere near comic. Like it's so far away from anything a comic would be. But they'll grade anything paper wise. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Like a company CGC, like they do intrigue me. The things that they do and the waters that they swim in, they're definitely branching out a lot.
When I would send comic books in, I would hope for a 9.8. Like 10s don't even exist, so I feel like the cards were the same way. Like when I got a 9.8 from a comic book, I would be like, yeah. So that's like the highest grade you can get for a comic book at CGC is a 9.8. So
I don't know if I've ever seen a 10.
I've seen one like once just on eBay. I never had one.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a.
So in comic books, I have no clue in that market, but in comic books, if that's the case, when you see a 10, do you just got to snatch it up, or are they so inflated prices wise because they're so rare? Is that a thing? Like, is that a thing in comic books or no?
Just like Oak said, like I've barely even ever seen a 10. It's just like 9.8 is the PSA 10 of the CGC comics.
Yeah, vintage is a different category. So like because there's comics that are like older than your grandparents.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's comics that are like so old that the paper is like starting to disintegrate. Like it's just so old. It really is a different ball game altogether. But I like the idea of CGC slabbing those kind of things and preserving them, because there is a level of preservation, right? It doesn't really apply to modern.
I mean, I grew up with those comic books, so those are like my childhood, just like some Pokemon are. Like,
yeah, I got
selling those either.
I got a Pokemon comic book back there. I got
Really?
a picture of the two. Yeah, it's I think that's the first ever Pokemon comic book, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that show, Clone Wars, the Star Wars Clone Wars, and I used to buy those comics for like $2.99 at the comic book store, and I have the first appearances of pretty high-end characters, and then I got those graded, and
so cool.
Then that just boomed also.
I do have a magazine. It's a SMR, Sports Market Report magazine, sealed. I could not believe when I got my hands on this. Now, I'm pretty sure you could probably go on eBay, but I remember checking maybe a year ago during the boom to see if I could find this again, and I couldn't. But I thought this was such a killer art, and I thought about grading this. I just don't know if that's the move. Right now it's just framed. But
I do not have that one.
I just thought this is like one of the coolest things ever. I think I paid $3 for this, $3 or $4 for this.
No.
And it was just one of those things. I ran into it and it was like, oh yeah, it's sealed. Like this would look cool in my collection. Like, you know, who cares? And during the boom, I just thought it was crazy that this guy didn't pop up any way, shape, or form. And I wanted to buy more, but I just didn't find any.
My phone is at 19%. I'm just letting you guys know now. I'll go as long as I can.
Oh, you got to plug that in, dude. We got to break records today.
My microphone is plugged into my phone, like it's a regular type of headphone, and I have it just hooked up in this mask. So I don't know what it would sound like without it. I can try it.
Try it. Just try it. Take off the mask. You know, take off the headset. Ooh.
Can't do a face reveal yet.
MJ.
Yeah. Wow. I'm
Bluetooth headphones. Those might work. Let me try that.
Here's for the Tampa peeps.
So you're subscribed to SMR?
Yeah, I've got the membership. I've had the membership for forever.
That's right. Yeah.
This one's for Thrifty. I don't know if she'll love that. I don't think I've seen that Charizard one before. That's a pretty exciting one. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like it. Did they actually talk about the card inside? Is there a story feature on it?
I never opened it. You know, I keep everything sealed. You know, I rarely open anything. So when I saw that guy, I just kept it sealed, you know, and framed it right away. I just thought it was a sick looking art. The way that it's the art of it itself. It's not CGI. It's, you know, it looks like it's watercolor. You know, water pencil. I'm not watercolor. It just looks cool. In person, the picture in person, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it's an awesome cover. I love
anyone wants to look it up and see if they can get it for like $5-10, it's a 2017 Comic-Con collector's edition.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that old. Yeah, that makes sense why I don't have it.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Take off the headset really quick, so we can just to see if.
I'm telling you, if I pull this helmet off, there's just going to be another Master Chief underneath. So.
I love it. Pokemon DNA is on to me.
Mason, water pencil is a pen. Somebody clipped that and put it all up there. I corrected myself.
What the pen?
I said watercolors, water brush.
Oh, I think I missed that part. Yeah, DNA knows that I used to love Maxim when I was like 13, like every other 13-year-old. And I had the exact same thought, DNA, of the pages, not being able to read it, because when I grade a card, I can still see the card, I can still see what it is, and I can still enjoy it. And with a comic, I mean, it's done and dusted, right? You've got no idea what's going on inside. So yeah, it's a pretty cool concept.
It's just the artwork for me. Like, if it's graded, I can see the artwork of the cover. Like, That's what's important for me. If I want to read the comic, I can just like go online and it'll be free somewhere on like Google Images or something.
Yeah, if you know what it is. Yeah. That's the thing. Is Ancient Mew a celebrity? DNA. We are not answering those kind of questions tonight. We're not going to talk
You know,
about
he's a cool dude. I've been
Let's
watching his videos too.
let's
cool.
just say that when I found out who Ancient Mew was, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was my jaw dropped. Yeah, it's everyone would be like shocked. Everyone would not be able to sleep tonight if they knew who Ancient Mew. But that's up to Ancient Mew to use that information.
Making it all clickbaity.
Buy horses. Yeah, for real though. Like this is pretty exciting. I feel honored that you came on with Basic Night tonight on the.
I never would have imagined I would have been on a live, but I'm here, man. I'm here.
You never thought you'd hit a live with the fan cam either, did you?
Yeah. I should start a OnlyFans for Pokemon.
Yeah. What is there a fan Pokemon? What Pokemon would be closest to a fan?
That one funny looking one. I don't know. Oh wait, yeah, the one with the Mason would know. Mason, who's the Pokemon with the freaking thing on his head?
How was that, guys? Him on top.
No, it's not him on top.
With a thing on his head, which is it a Gen 1, Gen 2? Do you know?
Oh no, this isn't it like Helio
Oh, I didn't know which one you mean.
Helio something?
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. That's gonna drive me nuts.
Mason, why isn't Mason like the first one answering this question?
It's like super cartoon looking. Rotom can turn into fun. No, not. I mean,
the blue guy.
Yeah, Rotom, but not Rotom. That's not the one I'm thinking.
So, okay, type in Pokemon Helio.
You're not thinking Rotom, right? Pokemon, that's not the one that I'm picturing right now.
Helioptile.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Helioptile.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said it. Hang on.
Do you guys like see Pokemon when you open the modern, and you'll think that like, oh yeah, this Pokemon came out like 2 years ago, and then you look it up and that Pokemon was from like Gen 3, and it was like it's already like 15 years old. You're like, what? I thought that was like a new Pokemon because I'd never seen it.
I'm thinking Hippo. No, Helioptile is the one I was thinking. Now, whether it's the right one or whether it flies, yeah, but that's
not the one I was thinking.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking. Because doesn't he fly or something? Doesn't he use those ears or whatever to fly? That's why his name is. That's why the prefix is heli, because of helicopter.
That's not the one I'm thinking.
I didn't know who Mawile was until Rattle.
Yeah, he threw me for a loop saying that was his favorite Pokemon. I was like, wait, what? I couldn't tell if he was trolling, like if that was like a joke thing or not. But yeah, he loves it.
I think I recently saw that there was like a Mawile EX. Was it? There's some sort of full art Mawile. I need to get that.
Yeah, I heard him talking about how he was excited about that. It sounded pretty fun.
Thrifty says we're tripping spheres.
Yeah, always.
There's a Dookie Styles in this box also. I'm gonna see what I can get.
Battle Styles.
Watch me get a creepy tea right now.
Mason said he can help you with a restock if you need to replenish it.
I actually got a rainbow. It's a Bruno.
Stop! You just put a rainbow.
From Battle Styles.
Dang.
Ooh. Everybody pick up Battle Styles right now.
There's also a Vivid Voltage in here.
Mason, hit us with the link to the shop with the 10% off.
You know, the Vivid Voltage is tricky for me because I love the set, but I just never pull good cards from it. So
I pulled 2 of those freaking big boy Rainbow Pikas. It was just from the reprint too. It was like one after the other. I bought them at Target.
Yeah, I pulled nothing.
Chilling Rain, Chilling Pain.
This is like a Christmas little treat selection box going on.
I hope it's not too loud in the opening here.
No,
I
you're
got
good. Well,
No.
like the what's it called when you're like listening to the sound?
ASMR.
ASMR. That's what the kids do nowadays, right? No cap, bussing. Let's go.
I think it's cool.
Oak, where do you how do you keep up with all the latest lingo and all the latest slang? How do you, like where do you go? What's your go-to source?
I have 2 interns right now that are in college and incredibly intelligent and smart, but also incredibly hilarious. And they, I guess I would say, inspired me to like look at TikTok and stuff and like see those like funny videos talk about stuff. It is so funny, for real, so funny.
For real.
Taking this phone.
Oh man.
Just hits different.
Why do I
Ancient, did you pull anything in that practice then?
The chilling. The chilling?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do anything in that one. Just the
Did you
vivid.
just-
and the
Wait,
battle.
hang on. Did you have? Wait, you got lights on the helmet too.
For
It's
some
the
reason, they
gradient.
don't turn on. They only turn on for like 10 seconds. I don't know why. I wish they stayed on.
It's like the gradient lights.
Wait,
We need
wait.
to get Nick. Old school needs one of those for when he's doing 99% listing, so he can check the quality before he lists it.
Show us all the features. Show us all the features.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, we got some sound effects.
What's the plan? The new Halo game was actually pretty tight. If you guys didn't play it.
I've never played a single Halo game.
What?
I've always been a Call of Duty guy.
Basic.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sound like a dirty flipper if I talk about the new Halo games. I'm not gonna get into that. But I played the old Halo games and I loved them. They were brilliant.
Basic, were you more of a PlayStation guy?
Yes.
All right.
I've never
Play
had
The Last of Us?
had a Xbox, never had. I guess once PlayStation came out from the very first one, I've had every single one except for the 5. And at this point, I'm just too old to game. Yeah, PS4 is as far as I've gone up, and I think outside of that, once I left Nintendo 64, I pretty much never got any other console. No, I lie. I guess the Wii, but the Wii was more for the kids, and
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I guess for me, it was once I left Nintendo 64 and Sega, it was PlayStation and PlayStation all the way from there.
I have a PS4 along with an Xbox. Did you play that game, The Last of Us?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a new game.
yeah,
Two.
that was dope. The first one, I only played the first one.
It's awesome, dude.
I've only played the second one. I
When did
played
The
the
Last
first
of
one.
Us come out? Like 5, 6 years ago, maybe more.
I think the PS3 originally, but that game got me to buy a PS4, and I was always an Xbox guy. So
That
I saw
last
my friend play The Last of Us, and I was like, all right, I'll go get a PS4 tomorrow.
It's fun.
Cool.
I think I'm guessing that all 3 of us, and I would imagine probably most people in the chat, played Game Boy Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
That was a pretty monumental part of my childhood. Honestly, Game Boy Yellow, and then I went from Yellow to Crystal, and I felt like I become president of the world when I got Crystal. It was like such a dramatic jump from those 2 games.
I never played Crystal. That's the one with Suicune on it, right?
Oh, it's incredible.
I need that.
Incredible.
I just wanted. I was going to point out because I was reading the chat, and Old School says PS all the way, and me and Old School never have ever, not once, agreed on one thing, ever. This is the first time in history that me and Old School Pokemon agree on something.
Ding
PS.
dong.
Unless it was saying P period S all the way.
No. He, yeah, I think he's right. I mean, I've got I've had a little bit of everything. I've got an Xbox and a PlayStation right now. I got both, so I'm like a little mixed in between, and I think that's mostly because of the types of games. Like, obviously, I've got Halo on Xbox and a couple other games on there, and then PlayStation. I've got some games. I really like God of War, the most recent God of War. I'm really excited for Ragnarok to come out. I think it's going to be a pretty special one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was really into Spyro the Dragon on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I like that. It was too difficult for me. I'm too dumb for Spyro. It was too hard.
I like the Year of the Dragon the best. It was like the third one.
You know what I really liked on PS1? There's a few games actually that I'm really hoping come out in the new PlayStation Classic Collection, whatever they're calling it. I really liked Abe's World, like Odyssey or whatever it was called, the alien dude. I really liked Command and Conquer, and I really liked there was one called, I think it was called like Future Cop LAPD or something. It was like about like a robot. We had to like be a robot cop, like this big robot machine. That was pretty cool. Yeah, there was a lot of good PS1 games. I mean, PS1 was game changer for me. I remember playing Tekken and just thinking I won the lottery. I felt like this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Just play Tekken every day.
Take me back to PlayStation 1.
Oh.
Siphon Filter.
Oh,
Siphon Filter. If you got so based on your reaction, you played it. If you played or remember Siphon Filter, you're a legend. My other favorite, like I just could not. I would be on it 24/7, and I would get yelled at and get in trouble and get it ripped away from me. Metal Gear Solid and Siphon Filter. Those two games, I would be hooked on that PlayStation all day.
What about Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto was okay. It was cool. I played it. Yeah, it was okay, but it never really was like Siphon Filter and Metal Gear. Those two was just crazy.
Metal Gear was again a little too difficult for me, but Grand Theft Auto was just like complete madness. Like it was just ridiculous. Like I can remember playing that until my eyes hurt. Like they'd be red and bloodshot. Like I'd be playing it all night, like the whole night.
Here's another one. My all-time favorite. I would have to sneak it as my number one. Right, even though I played Siphon Filter and Metal Gear Solid, I mean those memories are just crazy. But Twisted Metal to me just changed like everything for me. Anyone remember Twisted Metal?
I don't even know what that is. No.
Oh man,
I can't picture it.
In essence, let me just give you the very simple, description. It's just a bunch of different style of vehicles with guns, in front of them, and then you just drive around the map and destroying the other car. But
that sounds wonderful.
Not like
what do you think of Mad
Max?
Mason wins the internet today. Mason, you win the internet today.
That's for sure. Not to one up everyone, but DNA. He added you, Oak, and he said, "Pokemon games suck. Changed my mind."
No.
That would be a dream to own a game store. That'd be cool.
DNA.
I know Mason says it's a terrible idea though. If you're just starting out to not do it. But it'd be fun.
Pokemon games suck. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Crystal, Silver.
My favorite was that special edition one with Pikachu on.
Pokemon games suck.
Changed my life. Literally changed my life.
Yeah.
It had such a positive impact on my joy as a child. I had nothing as a kid. I was so poor. I literally had nothing. I started my first job when I was 11 years old, right? DNA needs to shut the F up right now. DNA, take that back.
The worst.
This is going to get real heavy if you don't take that back, boy. I'm telling
A
you.
Blue Wrench in the chat needs to do something about this right now.
That's a 300-second timeout. I'm telling you right this
What is
second.
that? What's happening?
So, yeah, I started my first job when I was 11 years old. I was busting my butt washing cars every weekend. I did 8 hours on a Saturday, 7 hours on a Sunday, and the first big purchase I made was a Game Boy and Pokemon Yellow.
I mean, you were drinking by the age of 7, so you
Actually, it wasn't yellow, it was crystal, because I already had yellow. So I don't remember how I bought yellow. I don't know. I was probably too drunk anyway. Yeah, we've all been there. How's DNA still able to comment? Someone time this guy out. I'm so mad.
No one had put Queen Meadows just said Twisted Metal was one of the best games that she ever played as a kid. See, I'm not the only one. Twisted Metal.
Oh, she remembers it. I'm gonna have to Google it. I can't picture what that was.
Twisted Metal.
Thumper, you had Spectre. What was the clown? The ice cream truck.
What the heck is this? I don't remember this at all.
Really? Twisted Metal was revolutionary. It changed gaming forever.
This wasn't released in England, I'm telling you.
Was it like Grand Theft Auto or something? What was it?
Yeah, it looks like madness.
What was that, Ancient Mew?
Was it like Grand Theft Auto? What was it?
No, it's literally just a bunch of like character vehicles with guns in them, and the cars have personality, and you just drove around destroying everyone until you're the last one.
It sounds like Crazy Taxi, if you ever played that game.
I feel like I remember that. Crazy Taxi. I can't picture it. I can picture it, but I can't.
That was hard too. That was a game where you felt it was simple. The concept was simple, but it was difficult. Like I could never complete those missions.
Yeah, Ryan, Twisted Metal was huge back in the day. It was huge. It was like the biggest thing. You guys are crazy. If for those of you that Oak, I give you a pass. You're across the pond. I'll give you a pass. Everyone else, no pass.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm not joking. I legit think it wasn't released over there. I was in a lot of PS1 games. I don't ever remember hearing of that one.
Well, basically, you know why I like Ancient Mew so much is because my favorite movie was The Mummy when I was a kid.
I love
it. So like Ancient Egypt, Ancient Mew, it kind of went together. So I used to play the Mummy games on the PlayStation 2. There was like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns for PlayStation. They were pretty fun.
No way, I've never played The Mummy on PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't think I played the game.
Sweet Tooth. Oh my God, that brought the moment he said Sweet Tooth, that brought back so much. I'm sorry, guys.
Sweet Tooth.
So nostalgic right now.
Marty knows.
Oh my God, Sweet Tooth. I'm gonna have to Google just so I can look at an image and get my fix out of because I might just have to give me a PlayStation and get me Twisted Metal.
PlayStation what, 1?
Yeah, how much are they going for?
Probably hella expensive because of COVID.
Mason,
it's like everything shot up.
Mason, do you have a PlayStation 1 in your store?
I nearly bought one from him like a month ago, and I had to bite my fingers before pressing the button.
All right, should I open this Shining Fate CTB I got too?
Yes, absolutely. Go.
Oh, you're a degenerate.
I mean, Shining Fate's got like 20 reprints, so it's like I might as well. It's not.
I don't know
what is that.
Basic.
What is that?
I've never seen.
I mean, after this, if you really, honestly, genuinely don't know what Twisted Metal is, after this, go on YouTube and just go Twisted Metal and watch a few gameplays. It is the most insane, fun game that you'll ever play in your life.
Twisted Metal.
Oh, DNA got it right at least once tonight. He said Shining Fates is brutal, literally brutal. I pulled Jack from it.
I mean, I got a good code card in here.
Yeah.
You guys need to let me know when I reach the rare because I'm doing this blind. What is it? Oh, it's a Dookie.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that code card. It's very deceiving.
It's a trap.
What's the best thing you guys have pulled from Shining Fates?
Shout out to Marty the Martian for giving me the feel. What was the? I don't think I ever opened Shiny Face. So.
No.
I pulled a card and I sent it to a guy that was in the stream when I pulled it, and it got lost in the mail. I forget what it was, but he said he collected them. I think it was oh gosh,
Shiny Dracocult or Dragazult. That's cool. I don't have that yet.
Oh, that's cool. You got shiny at least.
Take that. What are you gonna open, Oak? You gotta open something too. Special occasion.
Left. I'm not kidding.
No?
Literally, I've ripped everything. Like, I don't
Everything?
think I have anything left. Unless you want to open Christmas ornaments.
I want to see basics. Leonhardt pop-up shop Zard.
What about it?
I want to see it, man. I want to see what that grade is.
Is it worth it though?
Oh my God! It's Charizard.
No way!
Look at that, dude! Damn.
Gosh.
Shiny VMAX. Okay.
Wow.
Oh my
Let's go. Fire emojis.
Whew.
Fire emojis, spam bad fire emojis right now. Oh, how do I comment?
I take back every bad thing I said about Shining Fates.
Spam that fire emoji right now. That's crazy.
Wow. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I've literally never pulled anything special. That's incredible. You just pulled the hit.
I can't believe I pulled that. This was my last sealed one that I had, too.
That's going
I've already opened like 6 of them.
That's going straight to PSA right now for the $18?
Probably not, no.
No?
$100 tier.
Wow. Do you is that your first one, or do you have?
That's my first one. I don't have that card yet.
Gotcha.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Wow, that's exciting.
You guys getting me to go on a stream gave me some good luck, I guess.
Chief King, the power of the stream. That's right. We can pull in a lot.
Yeah.
That's live.
Brought the fire. Look at these cool kids in the chat. Jeez.
Does that mean that there's a Evo Zard in here?
Go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dang it. Do I have anything sealed? I don't think I do.
Oh, you open everything the moment you bring it home.
Oh, I got a full art. I got a Bird Keeper full art.
Nice.
That's a pretty good ETB, though. 3 hits so far.
It. Let's see it.
Oak strikes me as the guy that goes to Target and to buy product, and he starts opening it on the way to his car.
Check out.
Dude, it's an addiction, man.
For like, you're laughing, but I'm serious. Lapras.
Oh, Lapras V full art, shiny.
Love that. Love that one. Yeah.
Dude, this ETB is a killer, bro.
I'm laughing because I can picture it. I can picture Oak. He walks out the door, the bag under his armpit, and he's opening the packs as he's walking towards his car.
Yeah, literally. I'm like stuffing the empty wrappers into the Target bag.
He's like a cigarette smoker going to get a pack of cigarettes because he ran out.
Yeah, I was that guy when it was literally.
Swami says, made it home. How we doing? Birthday boy, jump on.
I think I just got 2 reverses in a pack. Dude, this ETB is all messed up, but I don't care because I pulled that Charizard, so whatever.
I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Was that in place of the rare?
Yeah.
Ancient Mew. Mason just said Bird Keeper playable. And based on what he said the other day is that whenever someone in the shop gets a bad pull, he'll say, hey, it's playable. You know, just to make you feel good. Just to make you feel
I like that.
Still got 2 more. Yeah, I pulled a 2 full art shinies because that Lapras and the Charizard. It's crazy. All the code cards have been white ones too. I got this from Target. Oh, Cinderace VMAX.
Cinderace?
I'm not crazy about Cinderace.
I mean, you're getting some cards though. I mean, you're not getting non-hollows.
All the other ETBs I opened too had like maybe 1 shiny, and that was it.
Yeah, you've had a pretty good roll, even if they're not big hitters.
All right, you're gonna have to tell me when I.
Storm says he can jump on.
There it is.
What is that? In DDV.
Oh yeah.
Pull a cool trainer Ryan and just chuck the regular V's across the room. Dude, but that's where it's at right there.
What's something like that going for today? Wow.
Probably like $20. I have no idea. Because Shining Fates got reprinted up a storm, but
That Charizard is
I'm not
$20.
positive. No, I'm just bullshitting.
Oh. I mean, I would guess what, 200, 250? I don't know. I really don't know with modern, really.
I really don't know, actually.
$100 raw, says DNA. Swan, we don't care about your mess, dude. We don't care.
Yo, but I needed this for my Instagram. You'll see a picture of this one tomorrow, probably.
We witnessed it first, all 18 of us.
Yeah, you did.
All 18,000 of us.
You should change the title of the video to more clickbaity, Oak.
Ancient Mew pulls the rarest card in the game. You have to watch where.
Ancient Mew pulls what?
Huge open mouth thumbnail.
300.
No more thumbnails. I don't want it. I don't want to 5 strikes and out.
5 strikes.
That was good, man. You gotta open something, Oak. What do you got?
For real, all I have is a Burger King box.
Burger King.
That's literally the only thing I have. And I haven't revealed that on my mail day yet. I can't talk about that.
What do you mean Burger King? Hold on, I'm intrigued.
I can't talk about that. I haven't revealed it yet.
You got a burger in there? Some food?
Love me some Burger King cards.
I got Band-Aid. You want to do the Band-Aid box?
A Band-Aid box?
Am I like the most English version of Not Shivam you've ever seen? I've got like the weirdest random stuff. I swear.
What got you to move to Florida, Oak?
I came here traveling and I got talking to a girl in a bar, and 6 months later I was married. So,
Ooh, that's how it happens.
yeah, not much choice now. And in fact, next week is actually my 10-year anniversary of coming here. So
10 years, wow.
Congratulations.
10 years.
Yeah.
I still sound like a pork pie.
It's awesome, man.
So women.
Yeah. Bloody women. Yep. Now I've got 3 of them.
Three wives? 3 girlfriends? What are you talking about?
That's for the weekend. No, I got a wife, a daughter, and another one on the way. 3.
Oh, nice.
She gets it. She goes, "Why are you still so British?" Yeah, I feel very British. I can't believe it's been 10 years. And guys need to join me in a very special song. Where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
Let's revisit that. We'll come back in a second. We've got a very special song that's about to hit.
Art of the Martian says, I told my girl Pokemon is what keeps us together. Hours later, I woke up in a daze.
Swami, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Swami. Happy birthday to you. And
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, there we go. Hey, thanks for the happy birthday. I can hear you now.
I'd give you a candle, but we're going to have a fire issue going on if we do that.
Happy birthday, my dude.
How's it going?
What's
Ancient?
up, Swami? How's it going?
You mysterious, sexy bastard.
Right?
I love the gray green screen behind you, like matching your shirt there.
I just need a cool room to start doing videos in, so this is just thrown together.
So, are you big on? It sounded like you were big on. I got a bunch of mail day. I'm just gonna be opening if that's cool.
Nice.
Are you big on IG or something?
Yeah, Basic got me to start it because he was like, "Oh, if you want to see my Leonhardt pop-up shop, Zard, you gotta go on Instagram." I was like, "Come on, man, I don't have an Instagram." He's like, "Nope, you gotta do it on Instagram." And then I was like, "Well, I don't have an Instagram, man. He's like, well, just make one for the hobby, man. I was like, it's a good idea. So I started it just for Pokemon, all my other obsessions, comic books, Star Wars, video games.
Okay, you want to talk about Full Circle?
I do have a CGC 10 comic book, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Vampirilla 10.
Vampirilla. I don't even know what that is.
You don't know Vampirilla?
No.
She's like the OG slut. She's like the OG succubus.
Strike number 8.
My phone's at 15. Oh, that's cool.
And that's
Yeah.
leopard.
Wow.
She's not necessarily a slut. She's like a succubus.
Yeah.
She's the original vampire chick.
You've all seen some of those.
The 30s.
She's just popular amongst the boys. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girls that like her are super cool. This is just
I never got a 10.
So I collect the guy that does this guy right here behind me. I just collect his comic book covers. So this is one of them.
Nice.
Wow.
And then here's one. This Spider-Man looks pretty cool.
Wow, I've never seen that one.
Huh.
Yeah, he looks kind of apocalyptic. And then this is probably my favorite book. You see that Wolverine?
Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. How do I make yours bigger?
But
What she said.
yeah, I do own a Vampirilla 10.
Incredible. I was always stoked to get a 9.8, dude. I was like, 9.8? Oh my god, finally.
Pretty cool.
Which of those is your favorite, Swami?
The Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's a variant cover of a variant cover.
I do have a Star Wars. It's not like a vintage Star Wars, but it's a Dark Horse Comics one, and it's signed by Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, CGC Signature Series,
No
that I
way.
bought for $600, and now I've seen it for like 10,000 on some websites.
Wow.
Swami, so what's the
Signature.
specific reason you have these specific comics? Like, is there something? Is there a story? Are these like your favorite comics? Like, what's the story there?
Well, so Miyazaki, like Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away. Miyazaki's my favorite director, right? And he got a lot of his inspiration of like aircraft artwork and stuff from Mobius. That's why they did an exhibit together in Paris years ago. So then I learned about Mobius, and he just blew me away. I mean, he's influenced The Matrix, Ghost in the Shell, Star Wars, anything like cyberpunk. Mobius has like touched it, kind of like H.P. Lovecraft. If you know H.P. Lovecraft, you know that he's everywhere. You know that he's in in Stranger Things, anything Lovecraftian. If you know what Lovecraftian is, like cosmic horror, then you're like, oh, he's literally everywhere. But yeah, no, I did read comics. I got into like collecting comics, high end comics, because of Mobius. But I was reading Spider-Man, like, I have tons of comics here. I'm not just gonna start pulling them out, but I was actually reading comic books in college.
You're like me, you know CGC from comics, you know.
Yeah, I graded with CGC Pokemon cards in like the first week that they announced, because I like CGC, and I always was kind of tired of PSA.
Yeah.
I always thought Pokemon could go in in CGC. I really did, because it's more fun. It's less serious. Like PSA, I think Jordan looks good in PSA.
Why is one heading gold and the other one red?
So the differences in the foiling is differences in the print size. So there's actually, I'm sorry, there's two more. There's actually like a magenta or purple foiling that's like the rarest. Just rarity, kind of like a precious metal gem. If you're familiar with that, like the difference in color means that they only printed 25 or 250 or something. You know what I mean?
Well, the only reason why I know what a PMG is because of you, Swam. So yeah, I know what a.
Yeah, I like Vampirella. It's kind of like culty. She goes back to like the 30s, and she's just a sexy vampire chick. What's up, DNA?
What's good, y'all?
As Ancient Mew was, telling the story how I got him into IG, and not even 6 months later, he's at 3,600 followers. So I said at full circle that Swami comes in because Swami is the only reason why I have IG today, because he was the one that invited me on to my very first, live ever.
I took his virginity.
And you did, and that was my first. And just it just happened last night. I was going through my IG because I wanted to, remove a lot of. I'm just very OCD, and I wanted to remove a lot of the people that just don't put out a lot of content anymore, or just don't exist. And so I went with oldest to newest, or earliest, as IG will put it. And my very first person that I was following, Swami.
Hey, what up, dude? I beat out SM Pratt.
Tokenomics, the third person, SM Pratt, so.
Wow, dude. I feel honored.
And it's like Pokemon is like number 8 or number 9. So yeah.
I'm honored. Hell yeah.
I thought that PK just followed you too.
I can't tell what you're saying, Ancient. You sounded really muffled just then.
Yeah, it's very
Muffly. You sound like you're talking in a pillow.
Sound like you're talking with
I think
a
it's
helmet
on
on or something.
I think it's on Swami's computer. I think that's where the echo's coming from.
All right, do you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
I turned off my
I said,
mic. I gotta turn off echo real quick.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of an echo. Basic, I saw that PK just started following you too.
PK started following me like a year later. Like he followed me like last week, and I gave him crap about it when he brought it up on the live last weekend. I'm like, PK, I noticed that you just started following me, and I put it on my story.
Yeah.
He says, "You're lucky it didn't take 2 years."
Damn.
That was hilarious.
I was gonna be on a live on his channel too, but that night I had plans, so I couldn't. So I lost my opportunity to go on PK's channel. Hopefully he'll want me on there again.
Speaking of PK, I did receive this.
No way.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Purple energy.
And I'm gonna chuck it. I'm filming I already wrote the script, and I'm actually chucking it to someone outside of our little group.
Yeah. Who? Oh wait, we probably shouldn't know, right?
Can't spoil it.
I mean, I could spoil it. There's gonna be like 40 people that watch my video.
Whisper. Just whisper.
Yeah.
It's okay, J Love.
Who?
Exactly. He's cool. He's cool, dude.
Okay, J-Lo.
You couldn't hear me? You really
No,
couldn't hear me?
I did. I don't know who the hell
I thought it sounded like you said J-Lo, like you're sending it to Jennifer Lopez. Like what?
Yeah, better than that. Better than that.
Better than J-Lo.
Better than J-Lo in what aspect? What are we
Okay,
talking about?
okay, J Love. Y'all heard it? Okay, J Love.
Mm-mm.
No, this
All
better
right,
be
well,
no
perfect.
cap.
Hell yeah,
bussin',
you'll
as
like
Oak
him.
would say.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
He
Ooh,
he reads Japanese cards in English. Like he tells you what a Japanese card's name means in English. He's a good dude. I think he's younger, but yeah, I
10,000
figured,
subscribers.
Huh?
He's got 10,000 subscribers.
Oak, with your 7 computer screens you got.
Yeah, he's blowing up. He's a good guy.
Just, Rattle said that if he gets that thing, he's gonna crack it. So I'd be careful.
Well,
Sorry for not
I
talking.
was
a lot,
thinking
man.
about cracking it and then re-welding it back together, but I don't want to upset anybody. But I wanted to do like the whole Pokey Knowledge reseal repack, like put something on the back. And is the audio better? I'm like self-conscious.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, 100%.
Sublime.
But I don't have an echo anymore, right?
No.
All right, cool. All right, last mail day. And then the
She
only
got-
other mail day is the check that my grandma sent me. My grandma, all right.
Where'd
Your
DNA go?
birthday. Is it your birthday?
Yeah. Yeah. Got hat hair, but at least I have hair, right?
Hey, that hairline though. Hairline check.
But my grandma, she
Ancient, that's
literally
at you.
so she sent my sister all this stuff that she wants me to sell for her on eBay.
Mhm.
And she's got like a 1940s Mickey Mouse watch, but they made a billion of them, so they're only worth like $35. And she's like, "Oh no, I see that they're going for like $80, $100." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're not selling for that. They're only selling for like $35."
Right.
And then she sent me this noise machine, which I don't know if you've heard about cell phones, but that's my noise machine. Anyway, this noise machine, I'm like, great. Actually, this thing's going for pretty good money. I start testing it, and only like 6 options of the 15 work, right? So I'm not going to get anything for it. I'm like, I'm talking to my sister. I'm like, I'm going to end up buying all this stuff for my grandma. I just got this. Have you had any of these authenticated eBay? Like they
Oh yeah.
I have one coming in. It should be the beginning of next month, and I'm planning on making a short where I basically like pull it out and then like do like a how to basic video where you just like I'm gonna like light it on fire because I hate the authenticity guarantee.
I like it, man. I ordered a Shining Mewtwo through there, and it looks freaking good in that thing. It looks all presentable and nice and neat, and I don't know. It's just a way to keep. It just keeps
like the return
people
process.
a little more honest. Like it's just a step to make people more honest, I feel. I mean, sure, somebody can be a scoundrel and do some fake shit with it, but I feel like for the most part, it's a good idea.
I gotta take it out of here.
I don't understand why I should have to buy a Japanese e-reader slab and have someone authenticate the slab.
They're authenticating graded cards.
Yeah, bro. They started authenticating graded cards. I think above like 1,500 or 1,000 or something like that. Now they're authenticating PSA, SGC, BGS, and CGC. If I didn't say that,
I don't think they should be doing that. That's a waste
that's
of
what I'm
time.
saying.
That is a more hands just in the cookie jar. Absolutely ridiculous. Now raw cards. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
dude.
what I'm saying, because I only buy really raw cards usually.
And the reason I say that is because I was looking at do you know the first appearance Lugia? The Topps card? Yeah. So I was looking to buy one of those, and those cards obviously are notorious for damage. And there's a play at one on auction right now, if any of you are interested, because I'm no longer interested in it. because I can't tell if the damage on it is hollow lift or hollow peel or if it's water damage. And when you read the eBay, the terms and conditions, it makes it seem like if you have a condition issue or if you have a reason for return, that it's pretty easy. You ship it back to the authenticator. This is what I don't understand is they said that they would authenticate it based on the condition of being in similar condition. And I think Rydell came out with a video that was like, yo, somebody sent a different card. You can tell by the hollow pattern in the pictures, and the card has damage, and they did nothing about it. So
they should not get in the game of regrading grades.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you should send that in a service. They have that service where they will grade the grades. Like in other hobbies, they have secondary graders. You are an authenticator. You do not want to get into the game of regrading a grade and then confirming a sale. Like that is the last place you want that to happen.
I feel like it should only be for raw cards.
Isn't that what
I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is a different card was sent based on the hollow pattern. So the guy got a different card, and they were like, hey, we authenticated this card. This is the right card. And he was like, you can see from the pictures that this is not the right hollow pattern. He was like, look at this. And they didn't do anything about it. And I sent in Oak's Discord and I was like, hey, I'm looking at buying this card. It's at $550 right now. There's a day left on auction. I was like, I'm trying to buy this because that card in a PSA 2 goes for like $500 or $600. And I think this card's a 5 or a 6. So, I mean, that's a double or a triple at play and on the 50. So I was like, this is kind of a no brainer. But if I can't return the card or I don't have any recourse of action, if it is water damage, because PSA doesn't grade water damage, I might be out $500 or $600. So the risk to reward in that scenario isn't worth it, because I've heard several horror stories of people getting cards and them not being the right card or having excess condition. And they're saying, hey, we authenticated the card. There's nothing you can do about it regardless of condition, basically, even though their terms and conditions say something completely different.
So is the PSA label the same for both cards?
I'm talking about raw here. This is raw.
Oh,
is this on eBay?
Because you could verify a different card by a certain number, right?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought we were talking about
that card. Yeah, so there's one at auction, and that might be the right card. And I've already graded one of those, and I had a nice little profit on it. And yeah, that's the exact card right there. So if you want to buy that, take the risk. I'm no longer interested. And I thought about it a lot today, and I ended up unwatching it because it's just not worth it, because it could have a really bad crease, or I don't know. It could be. I think it's water damage potentially. There's like a 30% chance of that happening. And it's not worth it to me.
I will be right back. I'm gonna go get something really quick.
All right, Brad Pitt.
I had a Pikachu Scream. I broke it out of a CGC case. It was either like a 4 or a 6, and I completely missed it. Either that or they damaged it. Fat crease in it, fat bend. So I broke it out that case, and I listed it, showed all the photos, showed the little crease, listed it on auction, and it went for like $400 or something.
Huh.
And it got kicked back to me. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys already certified this card. You already graded the thing. Like, is it the damage? So now I don't even know. I'm like, I showed the damage in the photo. I just don't even know what to do now. Like, what am I going to do with that card? $400.
I don't understand the damage part. Like, are they grading? Like you guys were just talking about, like,
I have
authentication, right? I mean,
it's just it's not like bent. It's just a little bent. There's no breaking of the surface. There's no dings on the edges. It just looks like just a slight bend. You can't even see it unless you hold it in the right light. But I showed it in the photos. I didn't list damage. I didn't list near mint. I didn't list nothing. I didn't think about it really, because I don't sell that many raw cards. but I do remember thinking, oh, I wonder if what was the title of this? Like, why are they sending it back? I didn't list anything, just, Scream Pikachu promo, and I had photos of the light showing it in the right way. And they kicked it back. And I don't know if they think it's a fake card or if it's the damage. But I have noticed since, that was a few months ago, I have noticed since that, like, ComC listings, they're like, hey, this thing is not near mint. They're like very, very overboard, like the opposite of TCG player in their listings. So they must have received a lot of kickbacks. In the strings, by the way, my wife is the best. She posted, like, she has like the happy birthday, and she does that every year.
It's so cute.
Every year.
Sweet.
I get a dollar store like confetti house.
Oh.
One year it said hippie birthday, because they ran out of vowels, so they just put I'm like, well, that's the dollar store for you. That's my favorite sign ever.
A little bit.
Am I lagging really bad?
Just a little bit, but nothing with the volume.
Okay. Yeah,
Your audio sounds
when I
good.
bounced out earlier, I was trying to plug in an Ethernet cord, but this laptop I have doesn't have it. It's a Surface. But yeah, I just looked it up. I didn't know this actually. If you buy a $500 more or $500+ graded card, that means if you buy a card for $480 plus shipping plus taxes, it's over $500. They're going to authenticate it. They send it to be authenticated, even in a graded slab. So I just bought a Crystal Kingdra PSA 10 Japanese e-reader, and they're authenticating it, and it's delaying shipping up to like a week. I just think it's so stupid.
We did it, DNA. Let's go. Congratulations.
Yeah, I haven't told anybody. Yeah, I think I told Retro that, but I haven't told anybody else. But yeah, I just need the Lugia and the Tyranitar, and I'm trying to put a deal together on the Tyranitar to where I'll just need that Lugia, and hopefully I can find that here pretty soon.
Well, don't get crazy.
I can't find one for sale right now.
Oak, I can't believe I pulled that shiny Zard on your live stream, man.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Where's my childhood?
Oh,
Yeah, DNA. Talk stuff now. Talk stuff now about Pokemon games. Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
that was just a troll. I just wanted to get a rise out of y'all.
What did you say?
I said Pokemon games suck. Changed my mind, and I said Pokemon Yellow is the worst.
Yeah, no, it's the best one.
cool.
Is that a Fleer? Something? What is that?
This is Upper Deck. They came out with a Blizzard set.
This is like thrifty chill and chill.
Is that Marvel?
This is
I'm a
Blizzard.
dumbass.
I think this is StarCraft right here. But they came out.
Okay.
They came out with Upper Deck came out with a Blizzard set. So like Diablo, Warcraft
Wow.
3. It's pretty fun.
That's pretty sick.
I like that one. That one's really cool. I don't know what that is at all. I don't know what anything you just said is. That's Upper
Are you
Deck.
serious? How old are you?
I don't play a lot of video games, man. If that is a video game, I don't know.
Wow, that's insane. You don't know StarCraft, Warcraft, World of Warcraft.
I know. Wow, I know World of Warcraft, but I never played it before. I couldn't name.
You've
any
heard of
characters.
it,
But
though,
when you say
right?
when you say I don't know what StarCraft is. When you said Warcraft, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah, I know of it, but I've never played the games.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mason said I'm about to get another strike.
So what were you
Don't
doing
show
in like
any-
middle school and high school?
No boobs, Swami. Please, no boobs. I've
You
been
solving the world
disciplined enough.
problem?
DNA, how old are you? Like 20?
Crystal.
I'm 24. Yeah, this is my new. This is probably This is probably my new favorite card. Maybe either this or the
Okay.
Expedition Mew.
Oh,
You can't see it because this camera's garbage, and on top of that, but let me see if I can get the light, like my light that I have popped up. But there's like a shimmer, and I'm sure y'all have seen it before. There's like a shimmer over the Pokemon, and it's so cool.
yeah. That's the whole.
It's only on Japanese cards. It's not on English.
Anyone still have their SP?
Are we at that part? Are we at that part of the stream?
Oh yeah, it's the chill and chill, baby.
Chill and chill, baby. I miss that 3DS. Is that 3DS? That was my favorite system.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance SP.
Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah. Not the 3DS.
Oh,
I
my
also
God.
I haven't said this publicly either. Basic. I might have picked up a MetaZoo UFO box to break a Collecticon with you.
Ooh,
Nice,
Ooh, which Collecticon?
nice.
Denver?
Long Beach. I can't make it till Denver to break it. I can't wait that long. I'm gonna want to open it up as soon as I get it because some of the
Long
cards in that
as
set
you're
look
here.
really, really cool.
As long as you come and hang out.
Oh, for sure. I'll show you
Ancient?
some of the serialized cards that I pull when we're in Denver.
Are you coming? Denver Collecticon?
I call this one D swords. Use your imagination for D swords.
big swords.
Are you coming to Denver Collecticon?
Ooh, me?
Ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm in California.
Oh, that's a short drive.
Yeah.
No.
Shorter
Come
than
on,
mine.
man.
That's a short. That's shorter than shorter than my drive.
One day I will go to one
Yeah,
of those
it'll be in
cons,
October. You can wear the mask. You wouldn't get too hot. It's in Denver. It should be pretty cold.
but, yeah. I've been to Comic Cons. I haven't been to a hard one yet.
Did you go to that Comic-Con, the one that just passed this weekend? Was it this weekend? Yeah, right.
No, I've just gone to some in California. I met Chris Hemsworth. That was cool.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm sure you met him several
Ancient.
times. I mean, you're Brad Pitt,
We're
right?
watching Thor. Hey, nice Mew. Never seen that before. That's pretty cool. I always love seeing new Pokemon cards.
All right.
But I remember me and my wife were watching Thor. We're dating. We're boyfriend, girlfriend, okay?
Which one are you?
Yeah, exactly. So we're watching Thor. That's a great Pikachu card. Not as cool
Cute,
as a
right?
Mew. And Thor comes out, ripped chest. He comes flying out of the clouds, out of the sky. He's all oiled up. He's looking like Father Ancient Mew, And my wife, at the time, girlfriend, she goes, "Ooh," and she licks her finger. And I'm sitting right here. She licks her finger and goes, burns me like right on my chest. I'm like, what the heck? Hey, come on now. I'm not lying. You know I ain't lying. I'm not lying.
Damn, girl.
Shout out to Mrs. Swami.
They say, hey, you gonna say hi? I bet you're all dolled up.
Yo, I'll show y'all. I don't think I've
It's
showed these cards off
it's
together.
birthday night. She better be
it's
dolled
birthday
up.
night.
Birthday night.
Come on.
Come
Birthday
say
night.
hi.
You all have seen
Pop your
Wolf
head
of
in. There she
Wolf
is.
of Wall
There
Street,
she
right?
is.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you
Hola.
recognize Basic. You're gonna meet DNA, Professor Oak
Who's
at
coming to
Collecting
my house?
Hey,
Chevels. He's probably in live.
So it's us and however many people are watching. We're all coming to y'all's house.
Shovels went to sleep.
Yeah, they're all gonna sleep on the floor.
And according to Radar, I'm cooking for everyone, so I'm down. Chef Basic is here, so I'm making tacos for everyone according to Radar.
We got the seasoning ready to go, baby. Well, she just got home. We are gonna hang out. It's cool hanging out with y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
Later,
Yeah.
Swami.
Swami, Mrs. Swami, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, happy
It's
birthday.
got a
man.
nice ring to it, doesn't it, Mrs. Swami?
No.
No, it's
All right,
Mr. and
guys.
Mrs. Swami.
See you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Happy birthday.
Do I still sound hella weird because I don't have my mic in?
You
I mean, it's
sound like
muffled.
you sound like you're wearing a Master Chief helmet.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Spartan 117.
I haven't showed y'all these together. I think so. I just sent up a bunch of consignments to Rusty, and I broke up my Hidden Legends set. I don't think I've said that before. I was trying to complete my Hidden Legends in PSA 10 because nobody's ever done it before, but I decided to break it up to complete E-series basically. Like, I'm trying to consolidate my collection. I was talking to Retro earlier, and I was like, I have way too much shit. I was like, I need to kind of consolidate and just have things take up less space. But I was going through things, and I couldn't sell these. So these are 2 Dark Celebies from Hidden Legends, and the reverse right here. This one's like pop 8. I think this one's pop 19. So I just think they're really cool together. And I couldn't end up selling them just because they're incredible cards.
I have one PSA 6 from my
PSA 6, dude. It's a really cool card, isn't it? Even though it's CGI, I think it's really cool. And I like these too. This is from Hidden Legends. I couldn't sell this one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I graded all these myself, which is makes them that much more special.
Was that a Reggie?
Any vintage Pikachus that you're thinking of moving?
The only this is a Registeel. Yeah, it's from Hidden Legends. I think it's a secret rare. No, it's not. It's 99 101. It's not a secret rare. The only secret rare in the set is the Groudon, which I have a 9 right now. I graded that one here recently. It hit a 9 instead of a 10. But I sent off my PSA 10 to Rusty that I had. I bought that one from like Germany, I think. I couldn't grade. The one I had, I thought it had like a 40% chance of hitting a 10. So I didn't submit it on the higher tier. So I was like, F it, we'll submit it at 50 and see what happens, because I think it's like a $400 card, $500 card in PSA 10, but it's like a box topper, so it's like a box topper regular hollow that you get with all the EX Hidden Legend boxes. But I bought a couple of them, and one of them hit a 10.
Wait, Basic, when did you get out of the hobby?
Get out? It was Neo Genesis. I remember pulling the Lugia on the first handful of packs, and that was pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. I graded that same Lugia and then sold it.
So the Umbreon you sold me, you pulled that?
Most likely, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, most likely.
So you've graded a first appearance Lugia?
No, not first appearance. The Neo Genesis.
Oh shit! Okay. Did you pull that one?
I pulled that one. Yeah, I pulled that one.
That's so
cool. I have another one in this one, because initially I sent that specific one to get graded because it was the first Lugia that I pulled. And then it's the first appearance Lugia in a sense, right? But once I got it, and it was a PSA 7 if I recall, and it was just like, I don't need this. I'm a snob for 9s. If it's not a 9, I don't want. If it's not as high as a 9, I don't want it. If it's a 10, it's getting sold anyway. But I don't collect anything lower than a 9, and it was a 7, and I'm like, it's gone. So that went off to Nick. Part of, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe close to 100 cards that he that I consigned, and that was that. But
do you not have anything lower than a 9 that's like memory value? I don't remember what the word is. Like anything like from as a kid.
It's weird how that worked, because a lot of people would say, "Oh, my binder cards from a kid," right, and this and that. At the peak, I sold my entire binder, so I took out everything that was gradable, right? All my 5s and 6s, all my PSA 5s and 6s gradable. I took those out, and then everything else, I just kept it in the binder, non-hollows. I separated it with a hollow binder, sold it somewhere to Australia, I believe. I then had another binder of non-hollow rares and promos, sold it to somewhere in China. And like combined, honestly, at the peak, this was in December or January, combined, it was almost $5,000. Today, today, those are not worth like $300 combined, those binders.
Wow.
So that's the only thing that I sold at the peak, but it was just because like I don't like binder cards. No offense, Ancient Mew, but I just don't collect them. Once I got back in the hobby, once I found and shout out to Jet Min, because he was the YouTuber that got me into Pokemon again 10 years ago. Once I found out what a slab was, I was hooked and sealed product. I never went back. I looked at binder cards like they were like whatever. And so at the peak, I just thought it was the perfect time to get rid of them.
So the peak was worldwide?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, the peak was worldwide. What's going on, Josh?
What's up, boy?
What up?
What's up?
And to answer Jim Hero's question, for some reason I can't have like YouTube and StreamYard running. I think it's the new update on this computer because it's old. But yeah, I did sell my Umbreon, the alt art.
Yeah, you got to remember that, Pokemon, and I don't know how it was back in the day. Like I can't speak on it, but you got to imagine like Australia has been like probably one of the most deprived continents, I guess, from Pokemon. And there were a lot of buyers from whenever I was selling stuff. And then I remember I had a lot of bulk and commons and uncommons. I sold a lot of base set, jungle, fossil, all the way up through all the Neos. And I sold them in sets per set, commons and uncommons. And I think I made like $3,000 to $4,000 out of every single set total. Out of a stack like this from each set, just commons and uncommons in any condition. I just threw them up there. The peak was nuts. And I don't regret it. I think it was a smart move. When I decided to go, what's the program on eBay to do the global shipping? But I decided to go that route. GSP. Okay. I decided to do that the only time I did it, and for the first time, and I was freaking out because I was nervous. I didn't know if I was doing it right, and was I, if I was going to get hacked or not hacked, scammed. But I did it, and man, between those binder cards and raw cards, I sold nothing else. That alone, made it all worth it for me. For something that I never cared for, or didn't care for once I got back into the hobby.
I will never do GSP ever again. I sold a very rare, expensive motorcycle jacket. So I used to be a bit of a biker, and I had a pretty old, signed motorcycle jacket. And I sold it on that to a guy in Germany. And I accidentally, instead of $756, I accidentally listed it at $75.60. And he bought it, buy it now, and the shipping was $84. So I was like, okay, yeah, I screwed up. I sent it, I took the loss, and I was like, I'm never, ever touching GSP ever again.
Good for you. I'm canceling that order. But good for you. Good for you. You're a better man than I am.
What is GSP? I'm not familiar.
Global shipping program. It's essentially where you open it up to the world when you're selling something, and you ship it to eBay, and then eBay ships it to wherever. But the shipping was still ridiculous. I mean, it was like $80 something. I think it was $84 and like 14 cents or something stupid. But it was more than the item cost. Plus, I had to pay the fees and stuff. I took a loss. Literally, it cost me to sell that item, and I was like, yeah, never again. Americans only. F the Europeans.
Yep.
Hi, Josh.
What's going on, guys?
What have you been up to? Where's your evening been? What have you been doing?
Just watched The Boys on Amazon Prime. It's a pretty banger show. I don't know if anybody watched it.
That's the show, The Boys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I pulled this Shining Zard on Oak's channel.
Nice.
It's just Shining Fates, but it's still cool. I don't have it yet.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said any hits that he pulls on my channel he was going to send to me, so I feel pretty blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's badass cool. Very nice.
I gotta let my girl get some sleep, so I'm gonna transfer this and just sit in my truck. So I'll get back on in 5 minutes. Just give me a minute.
All right, H3.
All right.
Professor O, the Harley Davidson, Harley Hog, freaking Holland, freaking Professor O open carrying, freaking Professor O, the freaking bussin'. Man, I swear to God, O, you're changing my life, man. Every day you change my life.
What type of bike were you riding, Oak?
It depends which country we're talking about. In England, I had some. I started out with some Chinese knockoff bikes that were $400 fake ones that you couldn't get any parts for, and then I upgraded to a Honda CBR eventually, a nice sports bike. And then when I came here, I was riding around the Florida Islands on a Harley, on a Super Glide.
Nice.
He started off with a CGC 850, and now he's riding a PSA 10.
HGA.
Or PSA 1000.
Yeah, I was doing like AGS grading at the gate, and then I was like, oh wait, like there's PSA out there and there's BGS 10s. Let's go. Yeah.
Josh, I was watching your channel here recently. You said you have a Mustang. What kind of Mustang do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
2014, just a V6. Then didn't splurge the extra 10 grand for a V8. So
Yeah,
no, it's awesome though. I love it. It's all blacked out.
I'm a big car guy. I like vintage cars. I actually have there's a thing up there, but I have a 65 Volkswagen Beetle. That's like my old car. Actually, yeah, that was my first car. Actually, I drove it daily for 2 years. Me and my dad restored it. We spent like 18 months restoring it, and I drove it for 2 years.
You still have?
I think we were talking in one of Oak's Discords or something about some of the YouTubes and stuff you were watching, recommended to me. But yeah, hell yeah,
65. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wish I could fit in a 65 Mustang. I'm way too big. They're made for small people.
But my brother's got a 67 Mustang, actually. It's a baby blue. It looks like you're driving a cloud. I mean, it's like gorgeous.
That's sick.
Beautiful. It's such a beautiful car. Yeah.
No pun intended here, but the 1969 Mustang is primo. That's my favorite year. 70 is pretty good too. I don't like anything after 70 personally. The mid-era Mustang. I like the newer ones.
The 69 Jaguar Roadster is where I'm at. It's one of my favorite cars ever. Love it. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of good cars in the 60s. Don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
Nope. A lot of style.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of the Bug on Discord when we hop off here.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Are you thinking you're gonna hold on to that, Josh? Onto that Mustang? Is that like a lifer?
No, well, the plan's to upgrade throughout the years, so I'm already wanting to upgrade. I bought it a year ago, and I'm already wanting to trade that in and get a better one. So we'll see what happens.
I think you're gonna regret it.
No, because I'd get something more fun. It'd get another car. I wouldn't get cardboard. So I like having the thing to drive around. It's fun.
I had a couple of cheap BMWs in England, and I really miss them. It's just like the memory, the connection I had to them. You know, I had a nice 318i with like the spoiler and little sports kit and stuff. It was just fun. You know, raced people at the lights and stuff. It was just stupid, just like teenage stuff. But
what year?
Oh, it was old. It was like a 96 or something. Like,
dude, those are so cool looking. I love those. I love that body style.
Boxy, like a big white,
yeah, dude.
Pure Snow White. Good. Oh my god, I loved it. Yeah, and I had, you know, it's a funny story. It's gonna escalate real quick. I died in that car. I had a drink driver hit me head on, like early 20 teens. And that was part of the reason why I came to America traveling, was because I was like, it's my second chance. I need to live my life now, kind of thing. Yeah, I had a drink driver hit me, and damn, I missed that car. They smashed it up real good. It was like it was one heck of a smash. Yeah, I missed that one.
That's crazy.
When you say you died, you like legitimately died and you came back to life?
Yeah. I woke up on my sister next to me. They resuscitated me. Yeah. I guess I was like internally.
Why are you laughing, Basic?
I'm over here laughing.
It's crazy. I mean, it's not.
I'm over here laughing the way that DNA acts it. Like when you say you died.
Actual flatline, like
I didn't see no light. I can tell you that there was no light at the end of that tunnel.
Well, I asked it that way because he was like, yeah, I died in that car, and just like moved on like it was nothing. And I was like, can you kind of elaborate a little bit, like
when you say you died?
Yeah.
Just so long ago. Yeah, it was. It was crazy. I broke a few ribs. You know, it was
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I got scars from the bikes. The bikes are dangerous, man. I mean, all you got to do. I had a couple of times I'd be going around a corner, you know, a little bit wet. Back wheel will go out and done. You're struggling to stand up for a minute there. You know, it only takes one little thing.
Bikes scare me.
Yeah.
Talking about
Max wins the internet with this comment.
Who?
That's sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a bike. You're completely vulnerable, right? I mean, when I was in Wisconsin in those freaking winters, I had a Dodge Ram Hemi, and I mean, just that tail giving out every time you're in a freaking snowstorm. I mean, that scared me. You know, that would freaking drive me. I would be white knuckling, and you're talking about a freaking motorcycle. That's just crazy. Cycles scare me. I've always wanted to, but they're just too crazy.
I should pull a picture.
Dude, so the bug that I have, I'm sure y'all know, I've literally pulled the motor out and put it back in like an hour and a half. Like they're incredibly easy to work on. You can pull the motor out with 4 bolts and unplugging some wires from like the distributor and a few other different things. It's incredibly easy once you get the hang of it if you have the right tools. That car from factory has 36 horsepower at the crank.
Stop.
Right? So you can imagine to the wheels, you're probably talking 22, maybe 23, and you're talking an original motor after 50 years. It's not a fast car. So I tuned it up. We put a new clutch in it. Me and some buddies did, and we went on this back road and we 0 to 60 timed it because it was like a meme of how slow it was. It was 27.3 seconds 0 to 60.
There you go.
God. That's ridiculous.
The green. The green. What graded Halo games do you have?
Say it again. Oh, Halo games.
Oh my God, Oak.
Wait, that was you.
Like, yeah.
That was you, Oak.
9.6 A plus Halo 3, and then 9.4 A plus Halo 2, both the midnight release copies.
Those are the BMW.
Anyone else lagging?
Is that the same mask that you? That's the same one.
I've had it a long time. That picture is like I was like 18, 19 there. I've had that mask for like a long time, like 15 years.
Why?
Because it's amazing.
Because it's amazing.
Oh, here we go. That was my first CBR.
So wait a minute. You crossed the pond and said, "I'm taking this mask with me."
Yeah, like 2 bags, and that was one of the things I brought for sure.
Oh, you're awesome.
I can't tell you how many people I've scared with that mask. Like if you ever watch Z&G Emporium when he's doing live streams, and I go scare cam when. That literally, because Lauren, his wife, used to do scare cams, right? All the time. That is my thing. I love scaring people. That's like my little jam, my little like thing that I love to do. So I brought the mask over, and I've
Can you guys hear me now?
annoying people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, here's
All right, cool.
I can't find a picture of the picture I wanted to show y'all. I don't want to go through like all my phone to look for it, but I have a picture of the old Mini Cooper I used to have and the bug. It's on the opposite side. I don't know if y'all can see it right there.
Wow.
Nice.
But yeah.
Mini Coupe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love Mini Coopers. I'm sure Oak has a little soft spot for Mini Coopers.
The old Brit.
Mini Coopers are cool. I like the full size Mini Coupe. They look freaking cool.
It makes me think of Austin Powers.
It was fun.
Yeah, they're pretty groovy, baby. The original Mini Cooper. I don't know if any of you have ever ridden in one, but they're freaking terrifying. Like 30 mile an hour, you feel like you're doing 80. Like,
you know what a Morris Minor is?
Oh, of course. Old school.
Yeah, I've ridden a speed right hand drive Morris Minor, dude. They're fucking terrifying. Sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah, thanks for the 7th strike today.
No, you're on 12, dude. Nice. Yo, that was
killing. Oh my God.
It's my Batmobile.
Dude, that's badass.
Oh my God. That looks so badass.
Yeah. Got a Tesla screen in it. It's all souped up.
No way.
I was about to call DNA his Volks the kiddie puller, but after seeing that one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry, I lagged out. What'd you say?
I think I was just saying that I drive my wife's old 2012 Sonata that has 2 crash decks.
Anyone else lagging? Because I feel the lag.
Is it me?
No.
No.
I was
Okay.
lagging, but I think it's me.
DNA's a little bit, but
I'm gonna hop out and join back in.
It's laggy, baby.
Who else here? Because I know, Josh, you're going to Long Beach. Ancient Mew, I don't want to give up your spot, but you're in the West Coast, right? Are you going to be going to LBC, Ancient Mew? You are?
California. No, not yet. When is the next one coming to California?
I mean,
Like next year?
Next year.
Hopefully. Yeah, you don't know how that's, how that's going to go because they're selective. They only do 5 to 6 cons a year. So you don't know where
Probably next year.
Where they're going to go. Oak, are you going to LBC?
I have tentative permission.
Okay, so hold on. So hold that thought then. Who's going to Denver?
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, Denver. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to go to one, it's Denver. If you can only go to one, it's Denver.
I'm not going Cali. Cali is the rich person's crazy version of Florida. Yeah, I'm not doing Cali.
Josh, you'll be in Denver, right?
What does the chat say? Does the chat say we're lagging?
DNA, you're in Denver.
Yeah, I'm not lagging anymore after I backed out. Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah. They said
so Ancient, let me ask.
We need him to evolve
you can say
Mew too.
Yeah, Ancient Mew too. But you can say no comment if you don't want to. But why no face reveal?
He's out.
I'm saying
he's out. Pissed him off.
DNA, you can't know the secret, dude. They can't.
You're Marshmallow.
Yeah. You can't really strike. I'm sorry, Oak.
Yeah, was that 13?
I'm sorry.
13, right?
We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, DNA.
Oak, when you first saw Ancient Mew, what was your reaction?
You're talking to me?
No, Oak.
Go ahead. Basic.
Hang on. There's two different conversations. I need to address Josh. What did you just say to DNA?
What's the elephant in the room?
I didn't think that there was an elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room? What's the elephant?
No, you can say it.
Yeah, I was going to have DNA on my podcast tonight, and he said he's busy, so I turned on YouTube, and he's in the chat bullshit with you guys.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I know you're joking. No, so I have a lot of stuff to do tonight, and I'm procrastinating. Yeah. And I literally said earlier in the chat because Marty was like, "Why aren't you in the live?" And then I was like, "I'm busy right now." I was like, "I'm just listening and doing some editing for Rusty and for my channel." And then Oak sends me the StreamYard link, and I was like, "You know what? Fuck it." I was like, "I can procrastinate." No, but and in retrospect, I could have definitely done that, but we can do whatever you want, man.
It's been crazy, so it worked out. Next week's a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Next week, man. I wasn't trying to dodge you.
Spoilers. Dropping spoilers right now.
Yeah, spoilers. Sorry.
I haven't checked out the new. You know how you're on YouTube and you're kind of scrolling, and sometimes it gives you like a preview, like a 5-second preview, because you're. I happened to get on Josh's video, so I heard like the first 5 seconds.
No, is it wife video? Because if it is, I don't want to know. I haven't watched it yet.
I only heard the first 5 seconds, and then I only heard the first 5 seconds. I was like, oh, I gotta sit down for this because I love those. I love those because it's one thing listening to Josh and listening to any one of us, right? Talk hobby, not that we know what to expect because we all have different stories to share and whatnot and different angles, but it's hobby, right? So to involve the wife, to involve another family member that's like an attachment to you, but has no dealings to the hobby. I always love hearing those types of perspectives. Like how's Josh? I can't wait for an actual live and just. You know what kind of questions you're going to get, Josh? I don't know if you know what kind of mess you're getting yourself into, but I don't know if they're all going to be pre-recorded. I don't know if you're aiming for a live at any point. Again, I only saw the first 5 seconds, and then I was like, oh, I got to sit down for this because this is going to be interesting. Yeah. So for us,
we'll see. She might come on a live sometime. We'll see. I don't know. She's shy.
Okay.
As you'll see in the intro.
Was she in the video? Was she actually in it?
Yeah, she sat next to me. We were sitting right here. Yeah.
Don't tell me anything else. I literally that is the one video I literally have it saved, ready. That is the next thing I'm watching.
It's only like 40 minutes
all
long.
evening.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had no time this evening. I was like, this is the next thing I need to watch. So I'm very excited to watch it. I don't want any spoilers, but I think Swami just set a precedent.
I said that today. I was like, I woke up today. I was like, man, I've got a tons to do. I got a XYZ. I got a pack. I'm flying out tomorrow, and I've done nothing. I went on with freaking
Flying where?
Shout out to Catch 'em All Collectibles. I went on live with him this morning and afternoon for like 3-4 hours, 4 hours, and then I took a little break, and then taking care of my girls, doing the whole domesticated thing, and I was like, all right, cool. So now it's the afternoon, and I can actually get something done. Let's start packing and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, Oak sends me, "Hey, you want to go live with the Ancient Mew?" Like, you know what? Yeah, let's go live. Let's go ahead and go live, and let's do that instead. So yeah, I still haven't packed my flights tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Where are you flying?
Oh, Roswell, New Mexico. UFO.
You're chasing Haley. Wait, is this a Metazoo thing?
It is a Metazoo thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. So last weekend when I was on PK's live with Radar, I mentioned that I was debating going to the National because I couldn't go to Roswell. And so, long story short, I'm like here almost ready to pull the trigger just to hang out with, people and whatnot. And this opportunity came up for Roswell. Metazoo pulled out a link, and then shout out to Queen Metazoo. She actually said like, hey, if you're down to go, like they just put out a link saying that you've got 50 slots. And I was like, I was like, I'm pretty sure they're gone by now, but sure, let me go check it out. I go check it out. They're still available. I'm like, okay, well, let me go through the process, see if I get it. I go in there, boom, 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 got the tickets. I'm like, awesome. Guess I'm going to Roswell. Then I, book my flights and whatnot after that.
Wow.
But yeah, they're doing a full UFO release event in Roswell, New Mexico. It's a limited type event. It's not like it's it's not going to be thousands of people. It's freaking dope. I'm so excited for this event. It's going to be freaking.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
has anybody pulled any serialized cards yet?
So Dan just DM'd me like 10 minutes ago. So I told him, I'm playing the game. No serialized yet, right? No serialized yet. To answer your question, DNA. But one of the chase cards, one of the biggest chase cards there is it's called the Neutrality. I hate the freaking name. Neutrality, Totality, or a Prism. And just like in Wilderness, you have the regular Prism Aura, but it's a hard pull, sure, right? But they're all over the place. They're about a $60 card. He's opened up so far today 18 boxes or 20 boxes. I was doing the math as he was DMing me. He's only pulled the one during the live for Skater Nesto. Out of 20 boxes, one of those freaking cards.
So he did pull one for Ernesto?
Right, because he bought a box. There was a few people who bought a box. I bought a couple boxes myself, hoping to pull one. No, and I told him he's my sponsor. I don't know if you guys caught that on Oak's Discord, but shout out to Retrospect, shout out to Ray Q, shout out to who was the other guy? The other guy I don't know who he is, but Jake Smith. The other guy is the one I don't know who he is. He doesn't have an Instagram. He doesn't have anything, but they donated their bulk to me. So everything's getting shipped to me just so I can start building decks and whatnot.
Okay.
But
I wondered what you meant by that. I don't think I understood what you were talking about with that.
Yeah. So they're sponsoring me because I told them jokingly, I'm like, you know what? It's going to be a nice meme. I said, after the first one, not thinking that anybody was, going to do anything with it. I just said, hey, Ray Q, that's awesome. Because you just said, hey, you want my bulk since you're building decks, yada, yada. He said, so I'm like, sure, I'll take it. That'd be cool. Like, you'll be my first sponsor, right? Jokingly. As a matter of fact, I'll make a shirt and you're going to be, your name's going to be on my shirt as a sponsor. Well, after that, Retrospect said, hey, I'll give you my bulk. all right, Retro, you're going to be on my shirt as a sponsor. And then Jake Smith and this other guy, again, sorry, but he's on there. I did write his name down. Catch 'em All Collectibles, and says like, hey, I could be your sponsor, and we can work out a deal, what have you. And so, yeah, I'm going to pull that card for you, and you can have it at, whatever, price that we need to work on in order to get you to Caster's Cup. So I'm like, cool. So he says, I'm going to open up all night and I'll let you know. And I told him I need 4 of them. And he's like, cool, I'll pull them for you and I'll let you know. And then I'll tell you, we'll figure out the price. He didn't pull a single one out of 18 boxes after the fact. He only pulled one for Skater and Nest. He does have 400. He does have 400 boxes, but I guess, everyone listening to this, that's the card that you want.
Yeah.
That's going to be the $1 million card. Forget a serialized card. That's the card that you want.
I thought he bought the boxes to sell though.
So that's a whole nother conversation, and I don't know if Mike's listening, right? Because I don't want to get banned. But the whole thing with MAP is like they have to sell at 140.
Ninth strike incoming.
139.99, right? And the thing is, and after 2 weeks, they're able to go down as low as 112 per box. But when you have so many undercutters getting them at $70 from distributors, how are you supposed to, how are LGS is supposed to keep up with that? They can't. And if you sell under 112, you get banned, you get blacklisted. But there's so many undercutters, that you're just not going to be able to move them at 112. And, and then, Dan Catch 'em All, sure, we're going to support them and things like that. But he found a loophole that says, well, how do you MSRP a single card? So he says, I'm going to open up 100 boxes and just spend X amount to grade right away and, sell the singles, the playable cards. I'm going to help him out with the whole playability aspect. And, but that's the loophole is you kind of, just look at the MS, you can't MSRP a single. So, but
that's a lot of people undercutting.
It's a little tough. MetaZoo just came out with a new change in the past 2 days, I believe, where there are no longer going to allow, along with distributors, they're working together, they're no longer going to accept people to buy from distribution unless, 1, you have an LGS, 2, if you are part of the player network. Essentially, you are, creating tournaments. That's the only way. Maybe then they'd be able to, keep that 140, intact. But for this set, at least, the undercover is going to win, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I saw on a Facebook group for like $95 already today.
Yeah, there's people online on eBay that are, I think the cheapest one I saw was like $89.95. P Football Pete is selling for like $92.
How much? 92?
Yeah, like $92.95. So obviously he's banned based on what you're saying, which is pretty crazy to think about him being P Football Pete getting banned from selling MetaZoo, because I mean that dude's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's.
But he did get banned, or he's going to get banned?
Well, they've banned so far anyone that they've discovered selling under, the 140 or, selling well under 112. But someone like Football Pete, I feel like it's probably in their best interest to probably partner with them. But it's just one of those, like Dan said, I'm partnered with MetaZoo, and I'm just gonna, I'm trusting that Mike knows what he's doing. So if Mike thinks that this is the best route for MetaZoo, for the growth, for the fan base, for the player base, then he's, I'm just going to go ahead and write it. I'm going to trust the process. But we'll see. At least
there was Oak.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go get some dinner, man. I appreciate you having me on, and I'm glad I pulled this shiny boy on this live, and I want you to sign it.
Oh,
yes.
Sign the card or sign the sleeve?
The card.
Yo,
that's emotional.
Back.
Big boy move.
Ancient,
I appreciate it, guys. I had fun.
I am so proud of you. Yeah, I'm so proud of you making your first YouTube live debut, and I'm very excited for you doing a face reveal at the 50th Pokemon anniversary in 25 years. It's gonna be
We'll be crusty old men by then, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm halfway there. So.
Ancient Mew, I'm begging you that the next time you go on live with someone, you face reveal, because I'm so stoked for the day that everyone finds out who you are.
Don't do it.
And on top of that, if
Bradley
you do that,
Pitt, man.
You should do that at the last like 5 seconds of the live. Just do a face reveal. That way, it's like a big build up.
I don't know, man. Cause a scene.
All right, Ancient Mew. Good night, man.
All right, night, guys. Thank you for having me.
Night, Scott. I mean, Ancient Mew. It's definitely not Scott Pratt.
So I'm gonna be careful about how I say this, right? Actually, I don't need to be careful at all. So normally when you talk about MetaZoo, and I ask questions because I'm ignorant, right? I feel like probably Oak's the same way. You don't have any. I have one MetaZoo card.
Same.
You don't have any MetaZoo cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get kind of lost in the context. It's like people talking about Marvel or certain Bandai card ass stuff. I just get lost in the mix. UFO has kind of reeled me in a little bit closer to getting caught. There's a lot of cool cards. I like the Men in Black. I like the Aura. Did you pull that, or was that somebody else?
The Skater Nesto is the one that pulled that the one Aura out of
the
20
full hollow.
It's a full hollow. Yeah,
that card's sick.
Wait. Hold up.
It has a square in the center instead of a star.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a Men in Black MetaZoo card.
Dude, it's freaking sick. If I got a full hollow Men in Black, I would be reeled in.
Wait, what?
You got one?
Dude, hey, Will Smith is on it. There's signed Will Smith cards too.
Are you serious?
No, I'm totally kidding.
I was like,
is it like actual Men in Black theme?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up for you guys.
Stop.
Dude, it's a really cool artwork. There's a lot of really cool artworks.
UFO slaps, like the low-key slaps. And really, DNA, to go back to your original comment, after every set, more and more people are jumping in. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing from my perspective.
No.
And this is a non-hollow. In a hollow, it's freaking crazy.
Way.
In a hollow, it's freaking crazy.
So I didn't know Men in Black was a cryptid.
they all are.
Yeah. Well, because it's part of.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just a movie.
Yeah, based on from the 1960s. And someone threw it up in the chat because someone had the same idea, same comment, and they said Men in Black is actually based on folklore, right? The whole mythical aspect of it, but then turned into a comic book, which the comic book turned into the movie, and then here we are.
I'm ready for a Greek mythology set. That would be sick.
Yeah,
someone mentioned that in the chat too, and then they were asking me, "Hey, do they have any Greek mythological cards?" And I said, "Well, maybe there's like one or two, because some of them are random, but for the most part, so far the Krypton Nation block has been North American based. And then after Seance, which is the last set for this block, they're going for Yokai Island, Asia. And Yokai Island, all those, Asian mythological creatures, whatever. And then after that, I believe they go for Australia. I don't know what they're calling it, but I think it's Australia. But I think eventually they're gonna see something like that for sure.
It's only printed in one language right now, right?
No, so just yesterday, Mike already hinted. He says, so I guess you can say UFO has been printed in 2 different languages now. The next block being Yokai Island in Asia, the speculation is that it's Japanese, and that MetaZoo is pushing for Japan now to be that next big push to really blow up MetaZoo.
Wow.
And
I can't believe I didn't think of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
And if you guys, I don't know if you guys were on with during that live this morning and afternoon with Dan.
Yeah.
But, I mentioned in there because I saw the live with Argos and Mike live but Mike was on there today, and I asked a question regarding the aspect. But the Towers format, long story short, they're already creating the regionals capitals across the nation, and MetaZoo and Mike, that they're buying land. They're already buying land as we speak to create these stations for regionals. Dallas is already a confirmed location, so that's good for me. 4 hours away. Las Vegas is the other one because I asked, when MetaZoo was in the chat, and so I said, like, hey, do we have any more declared cities where you're going to have these towers set up? I know Vegas, that's where headquarters is at. I mean, that seems like the capital for MetaZoo. He says Las Vegas confirmed or something along those lines. So the fact that they're buying land, buying property to set up regionals in 10 different locations across the United States.
Sounds like
great.
McDonald's. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, The Founder. It was a real estate company. Pretty much they're selling real estate to the people that build the McDonald's, and they own the real estate. And
yep.
Well, I don't think I have.
Big brains.
Yep, big brains. One of the biggest.
Here's another one that
I'm really curious to see where MetaZoo is going to be in 5 years.
I mean, it seems like they're pretty serious about keeping alive in 5 years. I mean, if they're doing these kind of pushes, this is it's escalated.
I'm ignorant, noob, no idea. Prefacing everything I'm saying with this, but like when they're buying or doing as much things as Basic says, like it makes you wonder if they're moving maybe too fast. I don't know. I mean, you'll know a lot more about it than I do. Because if you move too fast, and I don't know what their structure looks like at their company. I don't know, capital, so on and so forth. And obviously, I'm sure they're doing pretty well. But like, if you move too fast in situations like this when you're a startup TCG, that can hurt you. I mean, there's been a lot of TCGs or CCGs that have came to a halt.
When I heard, then this was the latest move. I think this happened on Wednesday, if not Tuesday. That for Seance, the next set, if you're not an LGS signed up under the player network to host tournaments, you will not be able to get any set after that unless you're already a partner with them. So like Dan is still going to be able to get product, but as of now, like if you don't have an LGS and if you're not set up under player network to host tournaments, you're not going to be able to get product. Me, I'm thinking, I feel like that's a problem because, and this is me being unbiased, because don't we need players? Don't we need new players, new fans to be able to get in a nice cost, price point? Not 140. Like 140 to me seems a little on the higher end. That seems like a very high-end TCG versus comparing it to Pokemon, comparing it to MTG, Yu-Gi-Oh. And you guys, Josh, more about MTG and Yu-Gi-Oh than me, but it just seems like if it's a new fan, a new player that just wants to play something, he goes to an LGS and he sees MetaZoo at 140, but then he sees Pokemon who's been here forever, and then the other game that's been here forever for less. I mean, human nature isn't that just going to pull you over there because you're going to look at pockets anyway, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
it's like $80.
Yeah. So the way that I look at it, and I'm an idiot, so don't listen to me, everybody who's listening. But the way that I look at it is, I think maybe in the beginning, setting an MSRP that's relatively affordable, maybe like $100, as like the minimum cost. That way you hold single prices up. And I mean, if you're saying distributor pricing $70, because I mean, if they're selling it boxes at, I think Keen said earlier, or somebody did that, it was like $79.99 at certain places for UFO that just came out, and they're creating 100,000 boxes. I don't know what the demand is. I don't know how many have sold. There's a lot of unknown variables here. I'm just, like I said, thinking out loud, but you have to have a format to be able to uphold singles, because if you just have everybody competing when, hypothetically speaking, the demand isn't strong enough, there's an issue there. There's an underlying issue. But if you are trying to sell it at $140 a box and distributor pricing is at $70 and you're not giving everybody a chance to compete, then there's an issue there too. Because I mean, like you said, 140 is pretty expensive when you have Pokemon, who is a bigger IPO and, a bigger brand name than MetaZoo. And if bulk wasn't in the state that it is right now, hypothetically speaking, you'd be getting more value out of a box, then I'd be more inclined to sell or to buy Pokemon than I would be to buy MetaZoo. But I mean, it's a catch-22. There's so many different variables, but like, I think 140 a box is pretty expensive in comparison. And if they are doing everything you're saying and they hold, to their word, I'd be really, curious to see how that's going to benefit them long term. Because if you look at people like, going back to cars, I don't want to go on a tangent there, but I've worked in the car business for, 2.5 years. And when you have people like CarMax, big Toyota dealerships, so on and so forth, and this is really for sales in general, is if what you're going to end up doing is if you put out a ton of volume and you're making, just throwing out a random figure for just sales in general, let's say you're making $1,000 a copy and you sell 500,000 units, you're making a lot of money, right? But if you, increase your prices and you have a lot less volume, typically volume outweighs, gross profit in a sense. The more volume you do, you might hit a lick here and there and you might make, a pretty good deal. But if you're doing a ton of volume, dollar cost average is going to weigh itself out to where you're going to make more money in the end. You take the bad deals to take the good deals. That's the way I look at it.
And to me, ultimately, it's not even like I'm not stuck on the price because they can always adjust. They can always say, all right, we got to bring it down, right? We could even Catch 'em All said that today. We can bring it down, and that's not working. Let's do this. My concern is, as a person that wants MetaZoo to grow, wants MetaZoo, like I want this to be just blow up as a person that loves playing it now. I just feel like they're limiting themselves almost by keeping it only to LGSs. I mean, it's 2022 and Mason is in here, so maybe he can speak, but like as a whole, as a hobby, what are we talking about here? Are more people flocking to LGSs or are more people flocking to online?
Online, 100%.
So
no offense, Mason, but like I don't. There's a card store near me that's complete trash, but the closest card store to me is like an hour away. So, and I live in Nashville, right? Or I live like 40 minutes outside of Nashville. So like, if I'm in a big metropolitan area, that's one of the fastest growing cities in America, and I'm buying everything online, that says something, right?
Yeah, but to me, it's just that it's like to limit yourself to only LGSs. Like, how many people are actually in that mentality of let's go to the LGS and play, right? Like I feel like people need to form a liking to a TCG first before they even deep dive into playing. I mean, I was collecting for a year before I even started playing, right? But I'm also like in the atmosphere, in the realms, like I'm flying to places to be able to like see this firsthand. The casual person is not able to do that, and they need some sort of exposure. And if you only hold it to LGSs, I mean, I just don't see high traffic in LGSs. And Josh, I would like to hear from you because you've been a player for a long time. I'm assuming you did a lot of your playing in LGSs. So like what do you think? Like, do you think that limits them, or do you think maybe it's time for a change where them limiting it to LGSs will flock people to them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at Retro's comment really quick.
Where's the basic? Pretty much.
It's my third link.
I'm a full-time YouTuber.
I don't make it like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like back when I was playing, it was pretty much all through LGS. eBay was barely a thing. It's pretty crazy, but like Mason said in the chat, it literally depends on if you want players. Pushing it through the LGS is definitely going to pull players. I only ever played at LGS. I never played at somebody's house. I don't know. I feel like it's a good move in a sense to help grow the game from the player aspect because they have the collecting aspect nailed down, it seems. So them growing the player base is just going to help it expand because right now I think Yu-Gi-Oh is probably number one next to Magic for number of players, and Pokemon it's a big hill to climb to get players to come out to tournaments, have 1,000 player tournaments and stuff like that. It's going to be what they need to do.
Okay.
And And like Mason said, he's probably the absolute best person to consult in a scenario like this because we don't know what the hell we're talking about. We have zero idea. We don't have the data. We don't have the insight. So we're talking about these things where our opinions obviously don't matter. I mean, we don't have, like I said, the data to back this. And it's kind of interesting when you put it that way, because I'm thinking if you buy it online, you're going to reach more people. But if you're looking for, longevity and you're looking for, a big player base, it would make more sense to put in the LGS, because if you start with a player base, you're eventually going to get collectors. Because if you think of how many people are collecting Pokemon versus playing the game, I would say there's a lot more people collecting, from my perspective, than playing the game, actually. Like a lot more people. So I think if you start with a good foundation, you're going to end up with the success like these other games have. But that's just my 2 cents. So I mean, if I had to guess, Mason's right, because like I said, he knows more than all of us here.
And they can, like, the LGSs can still sell on their online store, right?
For sure.
Yeah, as long as it's under them. Yeah. And Mason says stores are the easiest way to get crossover for other card players. So that's a great point, because now I can narrow it down to 2 ways of thinking, right? If I wanted to get more people involved, new players to the specific game, will crossover be the best way? Will I get the biggest number crossing over with LGSs? Or is it by putting it in front of just brand new people outside of LGSs and gathering that percentage that's going to stick and actually play the game? Like which one's going to give you the bigger percentage? Giving it to the entire pool and then gathering up that percentage, or giving it to the already existing player pool and hoping they cross over?
I'm laughing because Oak highlighted that comment, not the comment in and of itself.
Wait, you guys know about Choco Taco, right?
I don't. So. Isn't that like a West thing or Southwest thing? Isn't he in the East though?
Guys, they stopped making them this week. It's over. It's done. No more Choco Taco.
Okay.
Game over. It was an ice cream that was like taco shaped, and it had like chocolate and like nuts and stuff on it. It was like an amazing chocolate ice cream taco thing.
Oh, I've had one of those.
Yeah, of course you have. They've been around like forever. I'm English and I've even had one. Like, you guys are American. Like, surely you've had one.
Is it like the Hostess thing where they went out of business, everyone panicked, bought all the Hostess things, and then somebody else bought Hostess?
We'll see.
Restarted everything.
Yeah, we'll see. There'll be Twinkie Choco Tacos any minute. I just know.
They get sold out and raise enough capital that they just keep going.
Yeah, pretty much what
it's
happened.
A permanent discontinue.
Yeah. Everyone went and bought their honey buns and then kept them rolling.
Dan says he's going to open more boxes this week. So it sounds like he opened maybe just a little bit over a dozen for himself to be able to sell singles. It sounds like he's got like 80 or 90 more to go for that matter. But man, I can already picture the conversation we're about to have, how much I have to pay for these neutrality totality auras if he only pulled 1 out of 20.
I wouldn't get one.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope more than anything, and not from like a value standpoint, because I don't think I'm going to sell any of the cards when we go to Collecticon. Ideally, what I would love to do is get enough bulk to like have like a decent deck, like a starter deck, like a Pokemon comparison, to where we can just play each other basic. Or I can, take some cards from other people, and like, even if I lose every match, just like learning how to play the game and having fun, that's what it's about. But like, one, I want to grade some of the cards. I would love to grade some of the cards of PSA on the 18 or the 12 or whatever it is, if they lower down to a lower tier at that point. But I think it'd be so fun, not from a value standpoint, because like I said, I wouldn't sell it because memories of Collecticon, but like opening my first MetaZoo product ever and pulling a serialized card, that'd be hilarious.
I mean, I have 5 decks at this point completely built, and like I can just take a couple and just in case someone wants to play. But as I'm trying to sell my bags, but it's Retro, shout out to him. He's I was very impressed when you've heard me talk about MetaZoo and whatnot. Then all of a sudden, he came to me and says, "Hey, like, yeah, I'm selling gassies, right? And I'm grading gassies and selling them and flipping them." And I was like, "Yo, that's impressive because I've never said anything about Gassy Athenia, and he's grading them and flipping them. And Gassy Athenia is one of arguably the top 3 beastie card to play right now. And the fact that he's on top of that, as I only saw retro as like Pokemon and all these things, the fact that he knew that and is using it to his as one of his lanes is pretty cool. Oh, there will be spreadsheets. I can't wait for that.
There's gonna be some spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets. It's gonna people are gonna be shitting when they see those spreadsheets for sure.
This is for retro. I know he's got a soft spot for the Nidoking. What's y'all's favorite crystal card, just out of curiosity?
Oh, go first. You're muted.
For me, it's easy. But
I don't like crystal cards
at all.
There's just none that I look at and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I need that card. I just don't.
He said, "Put that away, DNA."
Yeah, he's gonna get mad at you.
I'd say it's Celebi for me. I like the colors.
Yeah, that one looks different. I like the Golem the best, even though it's the least popular. I love the artwork on it. The Golem is so cool.
I still don't get that.
I like Golem in general. I think Golem's a cool ass Pokemon. I think that he should have been a rare and fossil instead of an uncommon.
Yeah. Obviously, not yucking anyone's yums, but the Golem, and my problem with Golem, Crystal Golem, is just that every time I see it, I'm like, where's the head? Where's the head? Where's the arms? And it's like I gotta like really zoom in, and they're like, oh, there's the head. There it is.
Dude, it's so easy on the crystal card. It's so easy.
Yeah, but I think to me the crystals, and again, I really don't care for them either. But like Celebi just in certain cards is just the most beautiful card. With Celebi's green and that white, it's just awesome.
It's very pretty. I don't know if I absolutely love it though.
Well, see, that one's great. That one, because in the crystal, it's like there's a white. In crystal, is it a colorless, or is it like what? What is colorless. Yeah, but because of that background and with the bright green, that's why it pops so much.
Yeah.
Retro, if y'all don't stop sharing my plays, I hate it here. We don't gatekeep here, Retro. We don't gatekeep.
I like EX cards. I think EX cards are cool.
I'll tell you this much, and it's so hard not to talk about plays or like things that you're noticing in the hobby if you have a channel or if you're on someone's live, because I think it's fun to talk about. But like Retro and I have talked about this, but dude, like Japanese E-series and like the bigger hitter cards, they've gone up in value a lot here recently. 9s have been getting hammered, destroyed, and he mentioned that too. But PSA 10, like crystal cards and some of the bigger hitter cards, they've been going up in value like a considerable amount. It's actually really interesting that there's many cards that have been closing the gap on value from English to Japanese. They've been getting really close to the difference. Like I think Golem is like maybe a few $100 difference in Japanese versus English, which is really interesting.
Which ones go for more, the first edition or unlimited?
First edition typically does. And what's really interesting, man, is first edition always has a higher pop, but you can always find unlimited for sale. Not always. Like there's, when I say always, it's a lot easier. But like the Lugia, the first edition in a PSA 10, legitimately, there's not one for sale right now. And there's 149 in the pop, and there's probably 6 or 7 for sale in unlimited. And it's a close comparison across the board to where like the King Draw I just bought, there was like 3 for sale in first edition, but there was like 6 in unlimited. So I think even though unlimited is more scarce, I don't know if it's people wanting to put a set together, if the first edition has that first edition appeal, even though it's less rare. I truly don't know, but what I can tell you for certain though is over the course of tracking this stuff, granted it's a short-term deal, but over like the last 9 to 12 months, unlimited has always been easier to find in PSA 10. Now, regular holos, if you're talking about like regular set cards, not the crystals, unlimited is much scarcer to find because I think inherently if they do go for less, people are grading them a lot less frequent. And that's why the pops are so low, is because if you have like an Octillery from Win from the Sea that goes for like $225 in a PSA 10 first edition, people probably aren't grading that in unlimited because one, they're hard to find. There's not the scale up or the play to make there, I guess you could say. So finding those cards is a lot more difficult than first edition.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I definitely think people sell more of what's wanted. Like if people don't see any recent sales for an item that hasn't really sold much, like you don't see it coming up. I've seen higher pop Pikachus that I've looked for get listed and sold less than some of the lower pop stuff, just because I think people's just mentality just think, oh, I don't know what to compare it to, or like what I should list it at, or should I put it at auction and take that risk? It's like a risk. If it hasn't been a recent sale, like some people are scared. They don't know the data point to like give some kind of correlation there, right?
Yeah, no, and I hate how I always talk about this stuff. I feel like I beat a dead horse on my channel and other people's channel when I talk about this stuff. But like, and Mason just said it doesn't make sense at all. What's the pop say? And I feel like he's kind of trolling in a sense because he always says, like low pop, or rarity doesn't equal scarcity in a sense. But I think that really holds true. And I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the first edition is so much harder to find, because I've messaged probably 30, 40 people on Instagram who have posted crystal cards in their collection from like 3 years back. Like, hey, do you have this for sale? Can I buy this? And there's been one guy, there's probably been 3 people out of those people who've messaged me back with like, we've been trying to negotiate, but everybody just wants to keep them. They just want to hold them. I can't buy the cards. And they're, to what Mason said too, is previously is the crystal cards, they peel so easily. So finding them raw in a tin is extremely difficult. And on top of that, if you're talking about buying a $500 card or a $300 card raw in today's market with the eBay authenticity guarantee, GTFO. No, but like I'm not buying a card that's $300 or $500 raw, and on the chance that I can't return it, like I'm not doing that. That just makes no sense, because you either can cake up, or you can lose everything that you put into it.
There's got to be something to that specific era. I mean, we're talking about Christmas.
I'll be right back. I'm listening.
And there's got to be something to that, because we kind of know, we have that kind of gut feeling of E-Series here in the States, right? It was already on a downtrend. And what was that like in Japan? I mean, were they comparable? Was the attention to Pokemon comparable? Was it more, or was it actually less?
There was no downtrend.
Right. What were the print runs? You said there was no downtrend?
No, I mean for the market. I mean, if you're so, and people in chat can correct me, but from the data that I pulled and the data that I have, in Japan, E-Series didn't explode like the rest of everything. Obviously, WotC exploded. Modern exploded. But if you look at the data points on Japanese E-Series, it's extremely consistent. And I think that's why I'm honestly drawn to it a lot, is because this analogy has been used a lot, but it doesn't play hot potato. Sales are extremely consistent. And when people buy them, they're serious collectors, or they're people who are investing per se, so that they hold on to them for a while. And like I said, we're in a downtrending market. And that's something I don't know. What I can tell you, though, over the last 9 to 12 months is the regular holos pop that hasn't gone up. But if we're talking about Crystal Lugia being pop 149 in a PSA 10, we're not talking about huge, growth in 10 numbers. And that goes for all the cards, because I think the highest pop card in Win from the Sea first edition is Crystal Lugia at pop 149 PSA 10. The other crystals are close. They're above 100, but they're I think they're like 105, 108, 120, somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that. But no, if you look, I mean, there's been a slight downtrend in the regular hollows, like a small percentage. But as far as crystal goes, if you look at the data over the last 4 months, 3 months, they've gone up in value considerably. Even the Tyranitar hollow, I missed out on auctions of that card going for, I got outbid at 440 was the bid I put in on the first edition Tyranitar hollow. Every single auction since then has been above 650, 630, 650. And that was like 90 days ago. I'm talking with a seller right now. He's the lowest guy on eBay with a buy it now, and he offered me 700 as his lowest price, and I told him no. But that card has consistently gone up in price. So if you're talking from 440 to 700, that's a 50% increase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
is
is
really interesting.
That's what is real confusing to me on people talking about us being in a recession and prices dipping and stuff like that. Like, it isn't across the board. Prices aren't.
No, not at all
for everything. Like, some of the cards I've been chasing are literally higher than ever. Like, I've been struggling to get a couple of different cards because I just can't get them at a realistic price point, despite them selling 3 years ago for $20-$30. Like, some cards that aren't being put up for sale. Like you're saying, people just aren't listing them at 99-cent auctions. Like, it just isn't happening. I can't get them. I mean, it's that simple. It's the exact opposite of what people are saying.
The most interesting thing about it is the Kingdra, the Golem, the Crobat, all the cards that I've reached out to try to buy. Yeah, I laughed at that. I can't have YouTube and StreamYard open on the same computer because it's wonky right now with my internet connection. But what I find interesting is I would say probably 40 to 50% of the posts of people that I'm reaching out, they're all saying, this is my Grail card. This is my favorite crystal card. This is a card that I've wanted for a long time. And I haven't messaged some of those people after messaging so many of them because I'm like, I'm just going to get ghosted or they're going to say no or whatever. So I think this is my take on it. But I think even though first edition, it's a widely known thing that people are saying, hey, you know, this is a more common version of this card. I think the first edition holds prevalence over the unlimited as it does in English. And I think people who are holding on to these cards don't want to sell them. And I think it makes it more special in a sense because of the label. And the most interesting fact about it is probably another 30 to 50% of the people I've reached out to on Instagram, they're overseas. They're not in America. And I don't know if that's because it's Japanese. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of a change in perspective when you look at some of these cards. Then you're like, you think how big the collector base is in the United States, but in all reality, so many of these people I've reached out to are in Italy, Germany, France. They're literally all over the place. And it's like, do I even want to do a deal through PayPal overseas on Instagram with somebody I don't know for thousands of dollars? Probably not. You know what I mean? So it just makes it that much more difficult.
Goods and services.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard horror stories of goods and services too. I've done a lot of deals on Instagram and in person and Facebook Marketplace, but goods and services overseas kind of sketches me out.
Yeah, it was,
I like this question. Basic favorite gimmick.
Gimmick?
I guess that's the word he's using. Yeah, favorite, like out of the box style, I guess.
I don't know if I would use the word gimmick, but I guess when you're now talking about amazing rares, maybe amazing rare is a gimmick, except for the Kyogre CGC 10. That one,
perfect, baby.
That one's going to the moon. For some reason, I thought it was a BGS Black Label, or was that another one?
One of those sold on PWCC, but I didn't even bid on it. It was over $1,000. I got 2 of the 4 perfect 10 Kyogres from CGC.
Gotcha. For some reason, I thought.
What's your thoughts on that, Josh?
On what?
The Black Label Amazing Rare going for over $1,000.
It's insane. That's a lot of money.
So I was at Collecticon Dallas, and I was walking around with Ponychu around my neck. So a vendor pointed it out. Oh, what's that? That's cool. Let me see it. I'm giving them the history 101, dude. He goes, you want to see something really rare? I'm like, yeah, let me see it. He pulls out a black label. I see the black label first. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I see the card. Honestly, God, I forget what it is because that's how unforgettable it was. It was just like a freaking regular, common, modern card. Who cares?
Black label.
Like, and I saw the price tag that he had on there, $800. I was like, so okay, so I just buy 100 of them, get the best ones, and just send them all to BGS, right? And try to get a black label. Like, who cares? Like, that doesn't demand that type of price just because it's a black label. In my opinion, right? Maybe a certain rarity of a card and a certain species of a card, sure. But a common and uncommon, that's just ridiculous. And again, with Kyogre, and maybe you can give me a bit of the history. Is like Kyogre like hard to grade specifically?
Yeah, Shining. I think it was Shining Fates, right? Yeah. So that set wasn't printed amazingly, but it's still there's a piss ton of them out there. So a lot of people didn't grade them at first because I think when that set dropped, I think PSA was obviously shut down and CGC was in the middle of their huge backlog. Prices were maxed out, so there is like 5,000 of them graded though, like 4 perfect 10s. So
how many PSA 10s?
I don't even know. I don't own it.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah,
never looked at it. Never been
more than
interested.
4. There's got to be more than 4.
More than 4? Well, I'm going to say more than 100, but
yeah,
I'm going to say more than 500.
That's just based off that CGC 10. Really, if it wasn't for that CGC 10, I would say there's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah, that's got to be a difficult one. In answer to this question, I don't know if this would count for an answer there, Marty, but I think swirls in the holo, I think is a pretty cool little gimmick, fun little added one. I've had a couple of really nice swirls that I've enjoyed. I don't know. Basically, did you answer that question?
Say again?
Did you answer that question?
Gimmick, again, gimmick is what's throwing me off, but as far as like the, the special, I don't even know what you call it, what's the right term here. I specifically, I like the EXs. I like the original EXs. Like, when they made that shift, that's pretty dope. Also, just like a very close second, it's the full arts. Like one of my favorite sets. I know everyone hates on it, but black and white and full art Zekrom and it's those are. I have them in slabs just because they're my favorite slabs, or the first full arts is the first of its kind, and I think that's just a freaking awesome part of the history of Pokemon.
I have both of them. They're minty, no scratches, but they're off center. They're going to get 9, so they're in my grading pile. I love those cards. First full arts, you can't beat it.
Zekrom Reshiram, yeah. So because of that, I have the Zekrom Reshiram, and then I have the Japanese Pikachu as well.
The secret rare,
the full art, the what do you call it?
You're talking about the silver one that you like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the secret rare Pikachu in black and white.
15th anniversary, I believe. Yeah.
DNA, what's your gimmick?
I like the invest diamond charts emojis when you're listing a PSA 10 amazing rare Raikou. I think it's really funny.
Amazing rare Raikou.
Josh.
I love that card. That's my favorite amazing rare.
But going back to Celebi, that Celebi and amazing rare is like it slaps super hard.
It's wonderful.
All right, really quick, Professor Oak, how many PSA 10 Kyogre amazing rares are there? Take a guess.
280.
Basic.
901.
902. Got him.
All right, so basic was closest. It's 689.
Wow.
1,094 graded in total. There's a PSA 9's 373, so about a 50% ratio in 9s to 10s. Yeah. You have 29 8s, 2 7s, and 1 6, none graded lower.
my whole theory with that, and I kind of had this theory for some time, and then when I heard Dan Ketchum say it for the first time some time ago, it just kind of reconfirmed my theory, and I was like, yep, I'm sticking to that. But when he says like, yeah, I collect nines because tens, they're subjective. Some tens are nines and some nines are tens. So why are we paying premiums for a 10?
Yeah.
And I was like, good. I was like, I'm glad that I've always been a nine collector because that's always been my thinking. So always buy, always buy the nine because then you can just grow your collection faster anyway. And I learned it this one time, I forget what card it was, but when I bought a lot, I was creating my master sets, and I already had this one card, but okay, it came with the lot because it's cheaper just to buy the lot versus just buy the single card. And I was just comparing it to see which one to keep. And I'm noticing that the 10 actually was a lot worse than the 9. And that's when I made my decision to say, I'm not collecting 10s. I'm just going to stick with 9s. And that's what did it. And then Dan, when I heard Dan say it for the first time, I was like, yep, Dan, who I, respect in the hobby, super smart dude. I was like, yeah, if he's doing that, then I just need to stick to that as well.
It depends on the cert. I mean, if you look at the card, I mean, that's why you have to like pick your 10s. I mean, there's been several cards that I passed down on my collection that should not have gotten 10s. And like the Nidoking Crystal, I don't want to go on a rant again. I'm not going to, but like I picked up this 6 cert on a buy it now while there's an active auction with Pratt. Pratt was selling a 2 cert that was off center, and it was a 2 cert. So I didn't get a good look at the card in the video. He didn't give like a good thorough analysis of the card. And Richard asked me, he goes, why did you buy this one instead of waiting for the auction? I was like, because I don't want a 2 cert that's off center because I don't know if there's any scratches or anything else on it. Funny enough, the Pratt auction went more than the buy it now that I got as a 6 cert, and that was a 2 cert. So it's kind of ironic.
Josh, I don't think Josh answered the question. Gimmick.
Yeah.
Is it the amazing rare or?
Yeah, that or probably if we're going with something like that, but it's not really gimmicky. Gimmicky, I feel like it's more like the Peel Ditto.
Yeah,
but I'm not a big fan of that one, but I don't know. There's nothing really that sticks out that I'm a huge fan of that's gimmicky. So I don't know.
What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, Josh?
What?
What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Berserk Gorilla.
How do you spell that?
Berserk Gorilla. It's a rare. It's not worth anything.
What's your favorite Jump promo?
So I grabbed it. It's sitting in this pile. This is came out of a Jump magazine. Element of Hero Stratos, but I don't know if you're talking promos or Shonen Jump prize cards. Prize cards would be Crush Card, but that thing's like $40,000 on a PSA 6, so I ain't gonna be having that.
Yeah, that's a save for.
My favorite Jump promo, Still Sealed. There it is. That's my favorite Jump promo.
I don't know what Jump means. What does that mean?
I didn't even know what that meant. I don't know. Apparently,
it was a magazine. Shonen Jump was like there used to be Shonen Jump championships for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay,
that was like the name of their magazine was Shonen Jump or something, and then inside of it you get a promo card. So,
I like the Berserk Gorilla. It reminds me of DBZ in a sense.
No, that thing slapped. When he came out, he just wrecked crap, and I'd always play 3 of them, and I 0 pop 10 PSA 10s, and I want the first one, and nobody has a mint one. I've been looking for months. Mason, you had asked the question earlier what I'm chasing. I'm chasing the Tournament Pack 9 Yu-Gi-Oh set, Ultra Rares. I need one more out of 8.
What grading company was that just then?
That was BGS. That was a 9.
Oh, the silver label threw me off. I couldn't see what it was.
I love faded Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I want a faded
super faded
Time Wizard really bad.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks off.
It's way off. Yeah.
Do you like the faded 1000? Is it 1000 Dragon? Is that right?
Yeah, that is I do have one actually, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Never played with it.
I like it just because the anime. I like Joey.
Joey, I remember Joey.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher the accent or voice.
Spoil one of my cards. I just got CGC returned today.
Is that a good card? I don't know.
Yeah, it was played a lot back in the day. It came out in 2004, but yeah, pretty cool. I pulled it out of a pack. It was pretty sick.
Nice. I don't have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I've been buying a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh than Pokemon.
What's your thoughts on the Kaiba suitcase? I really want one, like really bad.
That's kind of gimmicky. But
for sure.
Yeah,
no, but I love the gimmick.
That stuff tends to do pretty well. I put it in the same category almost as like the Master Ball, Ultra Ball things, but I don't know how those are doing. But at least those are cards, right? You get 3 cards inside of it.
Basic, that Eternal Soul definitely gave me Ancient Mew vibes just then.
This guy? Yeah.
Marty, the Kaiba case is like $250 MSRP, but they're selling I think the cheapest one I've seen online is like $525, give or take.
Oof.
I don't, dude. It infuriates me that people are cracking them out of the case and they're grading them. Why would you grade that? That makes 0 sense. The whole premise behind the cards is the gimmick or the cool factor from the anime. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there are very, very similar prints of that card that have came out. There is a distinguishing factor, but it's extremely minimal. So it's like, why would you crack those out and grade them? It just makes no freaking sense. Yeah, if you gotta go.
Looks so cool together. I do. I can hear my dog is crying. He wants to go. He wants to go out.
Thanks for having me out, man. Appreciate it.
I'm glad you joined. I was excited when we were talking just then. Yeah, thanks, Basic and DNA too. Thanks all 3 of you. Obviously, we had Ancient in there with a almost face reveal, a little bit of a little mystery appearance.
You guys are gonna crap your pants when you see who it is.
We got a physique reveal.
You know who it is?
Me and Oak have seen.
We know. Yeah.
Do you know, like, is it somebody?
We can't say.
Let's just all I'm gonna say is he's somebody. He's somebody.
Somebody. So would I know?
Do we? I think everyone should know him, but you never know depending on what you. Yeah.
It's Ancient Mew.
Yeah, it's just Ancient Mew. Yeah.
Damn, why didn't you invite me on before the live if y'all know who he is?
No, this is before the live. Like
he's like semi-famous.
Everyone should know him,
I guess.
I'm surprised.
Y'all are true.
1,000 followers on Instagram. He's super famous.
I'm surprised that yeah, okay.
I'm not saying it. Stop asking questions because I can't. I'm too honest. Like,
so
you'll trip me up.
Listen, if you go to my IG, there's some post with me in there, right? You know what? Ancient Mew's post, you never see him, right? So it's like you would never know who the freak Ancient Mew is unless he actually posts on his face on there. But yeah,
did he say he would ever do a face reveal? I'm like extra curious now. Y'all have my. If he was just like somebody who didn't want to show his face, that's one thing. But now you're all like, you might know him. So I'm like, now I'm really curious.
He said eventually, honest to God, this is what he said. He doesn't want to shift anything. He doesn't want to shift markets. He doesn't want to be that guy. He just enjoys the hobby for what it is. And if it means that he has to be in the shadows, then it is what it is. With the little people in his circle that he enjoys, then that's fine. But
is he like Trump's son or something? Like you're saying shift markets? What are you talking about?
Posty, bro. It's posty.
It can. I'm not saying it will, but like I get what he's saying though. I get what he's saying. Like even like us right here, right? Like I don't like showing certain cards because I feel like it can have some sort of an impact. Like I hate that feeling. I would hate that feeling. Yeah. It'll be fun the day that he does reveal his face. Like it'll be a cool day. I'm excited to say that I'm like one of the first ones to know who he really is.
Yeah, let's calibrate a little bit on perspective here. I've got like 200 viewers, right? I got like 200 subscribers. It ain't Post Malone. Like it's his Ancient Mew. Like let's get real for a second.
Yeah,
It's Ancient Mew, but it ain't Post Malone. Like
I didn't think it was Post Malone, but he said like shifting markets. So I'm like,
Brad Paisley.
could very well.
so it's Brad Paisley, is what you're saying.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like
Brad Paisley's a country music singer.
Oh really? It sounds like a
Yeah, he's like really famous.
It sounds like a cardigan.
I mean, let's just say he would raise eyebrows. That's all I would say. He would raise eyebrows.
He's very good looking. I mean,
there's the hint. He's very good looking.
I'm super straight, but like he really is a good looking
one guy in the hobby. So
he is like he's a good looking dude. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Dude, you're killing me.
Yeah, we're gonna shift off this because I can't.
In DNA, just FYI, do not DM me on Discord.
Please don't. Please don't even ask.
Like it's one of those where it's like, no, you know what? Whenever Ancient Mew's ready, we'll do that. But yeah, believe me, it'll be cool. It'll be super cool as I told Dan today, if I may, in our circle of you YouTubers and us, people in the chat and the circle of friends that we've all made. It'll be super cool. Now talking about Ancient Mew, it'll be super cool when we find out who Ancient Mew is and that he's part of this circle.
So Marty said it's the Spider-Man dude. I don't think it's Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield. I don't think their background would be a bed sheet behind them with the Master Chief mask on. So I'm trying to use context clues to get this figured out.
It's funny you mentioned that because he said specifically, I bet this is going to throw people off, so they're going to think I'm no one. So it's funny you say that. He's a nobody. He's a nobody.
Yeah,
well,
it's full shit.
Zendaya, huh?
He's Ancient Mew. He's not.
Yeah,
He's a nobody. Shit. He's Ancient Mew. He's
not a nobody for sure, but I mean, like, you're talking about shifting markets. That's influence. So I'm thinking like Vine. I'm thinking like
If he's the dude on TikTok I've been watching, that's amazing.
Which one?
I don't know. All of them.
All of them. Yeah, I would say you guys are now getting close to the same universe now. You're still not hitting the right galaxy, but you're in the same universe. Where before you guys were like trying to like go for the freaking you guys were like thinking.
Brad, you said universe. I said Marvel characters, so he's a Marvel actor. Is what you're saying.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun that day that he decides to. I
don't
know if that will ever happen, honestly, but it'll be fun.
Well, cool. You go let your dog.
I hope I'm on screen when he does it.
I do need to go. I hate to drop it at that, but I kind of like dropping it at that too. He's a cool dude, and I'm thankful for all of you enjoying. Happy birthday, Swami! If you catching the tail end of this, while you're having fun with Lady tonight, and see you, everyone.
Good night, man.
See ya. Yeah, thank y'all.
Bye.